Enough. So, how are you, Duke?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I should have started grading today, but I didn't.
Why?
Maybe I will
Why
during
bother?
the show. I don't know.
Why bother,
What?
man? Why bother?
Why bother?
Why
Because
bother?
I have a mountain of papers I need to grade in the next 2 weeks. So if I don't do it now, I'm gonna be in a world of hurt next week. So I'm trying to be nice to myself in the future by taking away a little bit of my rest up time.
Spread it out, man. You need to spread it.
I do need to spread it. That's true.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, everybody on the stream. We're going to be with you in a minute. Chinny has gone to get a drink. So just sit tight.
True.
You'll notice I'm not doing anything fancy with my words this week. I'm not rhyming. I'm not
I know, saw that.
cooing. I'm not doing nothing. Just straightforward, leaving us. Never mind the bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols and the Veteran Gamers with Duke.
I think I prefer that one, to be honest.
Are you mixing DJ stuff right now?
No, I'm just putting in people's requests for New Year's Eve.
Oh, I got you. You doing another live stream on New Year's Eve?
I am.
Nice.
So people have been putting the requests in. Well, I've only done it twice. It was my second time, but you know, I'm with you.
It's cool.
I'm just, I've had some good requests actually. One of them I've never heard, and I'm like, oh, that's a good tune.
I listened to your last mix, by the way, the funky whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, lots of that like house. I'm not quite as into house as you are, but you know, it's good.
Yeah, a lot of vocal. There's a lot of vocal house.
Yeah.
So I like singy stuff.
Which is
yeah,
cool.
I did that mix a little bit different to other stuff I've done, to be fair.
Okay.
Because yeah, sorry, miles away. Then I was just looking at something else. Yes, because I've started mixing on the bridge, so I'm doing a little bit of that just to try it out, and it seems to work better. It's because I've had a lot more sort of coming in with the next vocals. You know what I mean? So it sounds a bit tight, and obviously they're not letting them play as long. So yeah, that's what I'm.
Sorry, I'm just putting a.
Yeah, you're doing what I was just doing a second ago.
Stream up on Twitter.
Well, yeah, it should be good fun, starting at 10 o'clock UK time. So I'm sure you can listen in, Duke, while you're grading papers, no doubt.
Yes, if y'all could retweet me. I just put a tweet up about the show.
Oh, yeah, will do. I did put a tweet up today as well earlier on, by the way.
I don't have Twitter anymore, so whatever.
Bullshit.
Do you not have Twitter at all? Is that true?
Well, the app has deleted itself from my phone, so I have
That's a bit weird.
No, apps delete themselves after a while, save memory. That's what modern phones do these days.
Not really.
I've never had that happen on my
Yeah, I've never had that happen.
To save storage space, my phone deletes apps that it's not using, but keeps the icon there.
Vinyl, New Year, Vinyl. I don't see any tweet about the show, dude.
I've just retweeted it.
No, I know, but you said you posted earlier. Oh, was that about your New Year's mix, though?
No, I posted it on the Veteran Gamers thingy, Twitter.
Well, I don't have access to that.
I can't help that. But if you look on the profile, you'll see I tweeted it. There you go. Due to Christmas, we'll be streaming this week's show tonight at 9 p.m. See you then. 5 hours ago, I did that.
All right, I got you.
All right. Dropping us now. Flipping out.
I might have put a link in, but I'm weird. Anyway, all right, are we ready to go?
People know where we bloody stream live if they're going to listen.
Yeah, but it's a Wednesday because whatever.
They know where we stream.
It's not about do they know or not. It's about making it easy for them to access it. Chinny, am I right? Do you want to make it easy for people to access your stuff?
One of the rules of selling, make it easy to buy.
Make it easy.
Anyway, I'm not mad.
Easy.
Are we ready to start?
I'm not mad. Well, you're not mad that I did what you didn't think I'd done.
You don't let go of a thing, do you, Stu?
No.
You're just now figuring this out, Chinny? I'm going to take that as a yes, we are ready to start.
We are ready to start.
All right.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
All right, fuck that. I got to say this.
Oh, shit.
Chinny, fuck you. Fuck you, Chinny.
What?
I fucking hate you.
What?
I'm so pissed off at you,
What?
you motherfucker.
What? What is going on?
Damn it.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, you piece of shit.
Oh, has he sent you stuff again?
Yes, he sent me Factorio, and now I don't have a goddamn life. I was supposed to have a nice leisurely vacation, taking time to just relax and do nothing. Here's me all vacation. I gotta get the iron over. Holy shit. You know what? It legit has not been since Skyrim that I've been this addicted to a video game.
Good. Because I heard the game was so good, and I was frustrated because this is the thing, Eric. I've heard that game is so good that it was frustrating me that you hadn't played it, because I know that is the type of game
I needed you to push me to actually play it.
And also,
and
every sound in that game you hear is created by my friend.
Is that true?
That's
no,
true.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's true. I remember you saying this.
If you go to the Wikipedia page, it is made by
Factorio Sound.
If you go to the Wikipedia page, it's made by Daniel James Taylor, and he does all the music for, well, not all the music, but some of our music. And yeah,
Factorio. Okay, I'm going to hang on a second. I will check this independently. Factorio on
He never
Steam,
believes
Factorio
you, does he? He never believes you, Chinny.
Developer, designers. What's his name?
Daniel James Taylor.
James Taylor. Holy shit, composers. Wow. That's awesome. Well, tell him very nice job, because it's great sound.
And I got.
Oh my god, this game!
I got like a sneak peek at the trailer song that he made. And it was like a Men in Black type.
Oh wait, he did the music or the sound?
Or everything. Everything you hear is him.
Okay, because I got to be honest, I turned the music off. It's good music,
What?
but look, the way I am with games these days. Like, I can't. Skyrim's the only game I play with the original sound on. Most of the time, I'm putting on my own music. First of all, in Factorio, there's not much music. Like, it happens every once in a while, and then like when you achieve something, there plays music. So I was like, whatever. I didn't want to have, and I had these mixes I wanted to play while I was playing. So
yeah,
it's all good. Anyway, I suppose we'll get to that. Should I do the rest of the intro song?
No.
Or,
it's up to you. It's up to you.
No.
I just had to say that. I really am not mad at you, Chinny. I'm very grateful. It's just that this game has devoured my life.
I will introduce the show, because we didn't do that. So welcome to episode.
That's true. We did not. Go ahead.
Yeah, welcome to episode 625, or 625, as the Americans like to say, of the Veteran Gamers Christmas show, I guess.
Yeah, Christmas show, baby. It's not like every other show.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens.
I feel like Christmas
It's late.
Christmas
It's
is sort
late.
of, it's sort of done, really, for me.
Right. So the 29th of
This is
December is something, though.
This is our sort of New Year show.
Post Christmas show.
Limbo show.
Limbo, between. It's between Christmas
it is
and
Ireland's Constitution Day.
Oh, we'll go with that.
Happy Constitution Day, Ireland. It is Independence
Day show.
It is Independence Day in Mongolia. And it's the 4th day of Kwanzaa. Yeah. So, happy Kwanzaa, everybody. Happy Independence Day, Mongolia. And happy Constitution Day, Ireland.
What a strange day to have your independence.
Yeah. Well, bongos on the show, I see. It's good.
What? Oh,
anyway,
right. Sorry.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, well, everybody have a good Christmas?
Yes, I had an excellent Christmas, I have to say.
You had a gay old time.
Yeah. I had fun. I had mince pies and eggnog. Did you have any eggnog, Chinny?
You know what? I usually drink eggnog. Lately, I've started associating eggnog with the intestinal discomfort that often comes with it. So I'm just like, I'm gonna stay away. I'll be honest.
Maybe that's a good idea, because like a blowout isn't worth the eggnog, is what I think.
But it tastes good. Like, I like eggnog.
I know it tastes good, but if you're gonna,
my tummy doesn't like it.
Yeah, if you're gonna
I don't think I've ever seen eggnog in the flesh.
Really?
I don't think I've been around eggnog.
It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing.
It's a weird drink. Like,
it is a weird.
Somebody was probably drunk when they made it. They were like, "Okay, let's get some eggs, and we're gonna make a beverage out of that."
Advocar? Is it Advocar? It's Advocar,
just
isn't
the
it?
eggs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't particularly like
tasty.
it, to be fair. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. If I were to better think of my like, I'm so motivated by my taste buds. If I were to think just 6 inches below my mouth, I would save myself a lot of trouble and probably be healthier. So this is a first step toward that, I guess.
Yeah.
Good way of mentioning
Yeah.
6 inches in your mouth without getting dirty. But
Yeah. Oy.
yeah, I had like a 3 days of Christmas basically.
Oh, okay. And on the first day of Christmas, your true love
Yeah, what
gave
did you
to
do?
Well,
What? On
that
the
was at my
first
mum
day
and
of Christmas,
at my
Chinny
mum
went
and
to his mum and
dad's.
dad's.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
all the fam there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the second was like in Manchester, and then the third was in Manchester Part 2.
Manchester Part 2. Why was it Manchester Part 2?
Because it was the second day in
More
Manchester.
family.
All right, okay. So
Or-
it was
or
the
the same
same
family,
pe-
just in
same
second day.
place.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Day 2.
and
Cool.
I've ate a lot. A
Tis the
lot,
season.
lot of food has been in this body in the last 72 hours, and
Oh,
I had
yeah.
dinner today, and I hadn't eaten for I think probably about 16 hours, and then I had dinner today, and I was like really hungry, and then I'm really full again, like really full, and all I've had is dinner. So I think I'm having a bodily meltdown.
What
I
you
assume y'all been
need-
eating roast dinners. This is what y'all do at
Yeah,
Christmas time,
roasting.
right? Roasts.
What Chinny needs though is some eggnog to sort out that problem.
Yeah,
that'll get rid
make
of
your
it.
stomach feel
Yeah,
very
man, that'll get it
smooth
empty.
and
Quick.
regular.
Empty.
Yeah.
I could do with like
so-
just getting through it. Yeah.
In Italy, on Christmas Eve, the tradition is to do the Feast of Seven Fishes, or Festa del Sette Pesci. And so the Duchess does that, since we do eat fish, and we shouldn't, but we do. Yeah, it's so we usually, so she made shrimp scampi. She made some cod. She did, what else do we have? Anchovies in the salad. That's 3. I know we had
Yeah.
other fishes.
Yeah.
Oh, fish balls. She makes fish balls with anchovies. That's still anchovies. So that's 3. I don't know. She did full 7.
Where's the
this year.
7, man? Where's the 7?
I don't know. I don't know that we did a full 7 this year.
Kippers? Did
but,
you have some
know,
pilchards? Pilchards? No, kippers.
No
No.
kippers.
What about red
Usually we'll
snapper?
do sometimes
Red
we'll do
snapper?
calamari or like clams or something.
Oh, I
think
like
she did that this year.
calamari. God, I could
Oh,
eat
we
that.
did have a
Oh.
crab dip, so there's that. That's not
Oh,
technically a
crab
fish,
dip.
but it's a
Well,
seafood,
crab
so
kind of. It's shellfish, isn't it?
it's
Suppose.
in the
Crustacean.
ballpark.
It's a
yeah.
crustacean.
It's in there.
It's in
Yeah,
the sea.
It's near there.
We'll count
Anyway,
it.
yeah, and then she always makes lasagna on Christmas Day, so it's
What,
a
with
very
fish?
Italian kind of Christmas. No, just cheese and veggies and tomato.
You could have had a tuna lasagna, then you would have had another fish.
I don't think that'll really work. Really,
It does. No, it works fine.
Well,
Tuna-
maybe
tuna and
I'll
pasta
try
go
adding
together.
it. We got lots of leftovers lasagna, so maybe I'll try putting some tuna. I put a
Some tuna
veggie
in,
chicken
man.
burger
It's
in
good.
my lasagna today, so that worked pretty well. Kind of like a chicken parmesan type thing.
Have you ever had a tuna cheese melt?
Yeah, oh sure.
Well, it's the same thing,
That
but
doesn't,
with
that doesn't, but no, but that
lasagna.
doesn't have lasagna noodles on it though.
Yeah, but
That's
pasta
the big
and tuna
difference.
go together. Trust me, it's a good
Yeah,
combo.
they can. I agree with that. I don't know about the tomato sauce. Anyway, it doesn't
No,
matter.
it works.
It's been a
trust me.
lovely
Trust me,
season.
dude.
We do more of a solstice thing here, but it's been awesome.
Well, we're very traditional. We have turkey, of course.
Okay,
Turkey and pigs in blankets, and roast
Oh, yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah.
that's something I miss. Pig.
And I did sauteed Savoy cabbage and bacon, which I always like. Rather than manky Brussels sprouts. Who wants them?
I tried my first ever Brussels sprout.
Oh,
this year.
God.
On
You-
purpose?
You poor person.
Yeah. Look, Tara says
Yes.
try it, and I did, and it's disgusting.
They're horrible. I don't know
Does she
what-
like them?
She likes them, yeah.
Oh man, what the
Weirdo.
hell?
I don't get
Weird.
people who like Brussels. They're just weird.
Strange. It would like
Yeah,
when I
strange
when I ate it, it wasn't too bad, but when it was the aftertaste that it leaves,
It
like
is
this horrible
horrible.
Bitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
horrible.
aftertaste. It's disgusting. It's like it.
You
Should,
know,
like
everybody
it's-
likes what they like.
It's like
you
it
know,
doesn't
and
want to
there's
be
no
eaten.
accounting for taste.
No, it's like almost
It's
like
like
it's
the-
like a challenge to
It's
eat
like the
it.
Brussels sprout shits itself right at the end. It just goes, nah.
Horrible thing. Bleh. Yeah, so we're very traditional.
We had,
Christmas pudding, brandy
had-
sauce. Ooh,
I think it was
Lovely.
Was it cheese mash or carrot mash or something?
oh, nice. Like
And we
that. Like
had
that.
cabbage cheese cabbage, whatever it's
See, cabbage. See, good choice.
called. And we've
Yeah.
got this thing. So we're having a New Year's party
All
as
right,
well.
okay.
on Friday.
Nice.
Which we usually do. We didn't do it last year, of course. But
So
we
is
do
this
it-
at your gaff?
This is at my gaff.
You know, by the way, if you want some music, I've got you covered.
Jesus Christ. And then
Hello, Mint in the Twitch chat. Howdy.
so we're having it. So we've taken all the Christmas food that's left over and added it to the New Year party.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
we
okay.
have about 7 boxes of crackers, but no cheese.
Oh, you definitely need cheese to go with those.
No cheese at all.
No
Now,
cheese.
do
What
you
thinking?
like cheese? Are you a cheese person?
Tara got me an advent calendar of cheese.
Oh, nice. That's
Nice.
Actually, I like chocolate better than cheese, but cheese is very tasty.
It's close.
So is it different kinds of cheese every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And what's been your favorite so far?
I like a smoky cheese, like an apple would.
Do you like smelly cheese? Are you a smelly cheese fan?
Some of it's okay.
You like Stilton?
Stilton's okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're fresh out of Stilton, sir. I can't think of cheese without thinking of that Monty Python sketch.
But I
Give me
don't.
one.
I don't bang on about Stilton. I don't. I don't mind brie, but I feel like I feel like camembert is too much work.
Yeah.
They're both good in small doses. I think.
Camembert is just the smell just isn't worth the wait. Like
Yeah.
you put it in your fridge, it stinks out your fridge. It's the fucking
What up,
worst.
greasy fish lips?
Greased fish lips.
Yeah. So
Yeah, my favorites are a black bomber. Have you heard of a black bomber, Chinny?
no.
So basically, it's basically what it looks like. It's a big round black ball of cheese, like with
And
black
this is
wax on
appetizing
the
to you.
outside. Wax on the outside, but when you peel the wax off, it's like extra mature cheddar inside.
Okay.
Okay.
It's very tasty.
I'm looking at it now.
yeah.
It's there's some from Snowdonia that you can get.
Yeah. So it's in the north, And the other, my other
Snowdonia is
favorite.
kind of north, I guess.
Yeah, is it Northish? Northish.
North Wales.
North Wales. But my other favourite is Garstang Blue, Chinny, which is kind of like a bit like a Stilton, but it's like a cheddar colour, so it's like a red cheddar colour. And it's
So, Chinny, do you think
so
it's
creamy.
like? Would you say it's probably like 20% the fact that Stu's favorites are hipster cheeses, or do you think it's more than 20% that's why he likes those cheeses, rather than just saying like cheddar?
No, it's because it fucking tastes good.
Well, it's the same
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
why
I'm
he likes
asking Chinny.
he likes these sort of like weirdo indie games,
Weird
isn't it? Yeah.
shit games. Yeah,
No, it's because
exactly.
it tastes
I'm gonna
good.
be
It's,
different from-
honestly,
About you, Stu,
I'm not saying that's not it
tasty.
at all, Stu. I'm just saying that's not all of it.
we're talking
Why would
about
you want-
you, not at you.
well, why would you want a
Yeah.
rubbery piece of cheddar when you can get a
No.
lovely
Nothing
piece of
wrong
black
with
bomber?
cheddar.
Why you gotta hate on cheddar? Cheddar's a
I'm not.
good
It's still
cheese.
cheddar, but it's nice
Well,
cheddar.
what are you talking about? It's rubbery though.
No, but cheap cheddar's like rubber.
I'm
Sorry.
not talking about cheap cheddar. I'm talking about your
fine, cheap
average
cheddar.
bog standard
Yeah.
cheddar.
Yeah, exactly. It's like rubber.
Anyway, nobody has said my favorite cheese yet, which is Munster. If you can find it really firm and really salty, oh man. And I've graduated. I'm now an official bougie motherfucker because
what?
I'm in a
Bougie.
bursting mood today. I'm buying it sliced at the store now.
Oh
Wow.
god.
I go to the deli counter and I'm like, I would like a pound of sliced
This
Munster,
Munster
very
cheese
thin,
looks
please.
like a loaf of bread.
Does it? Let's have a look. I
I don't know
haven't
about
had a
that
look. I'm
loaf
gonna
of
have a
bread.
look.
I haven't seen a
Just a
Munster
minute, let
cheese
me
that
look.
looks like a loaf of bread, but it's orange on the outside, which
Yeah.
is it's weird, but it's so good, especially if you can find it nice and firm. Oh man,
So when is it not nice and firm?
because sometimes you find it kind of runny, kind of squishy, and it's
All
like,
right, it's a bit like a
the
brie, isn't it?
consistency a little bit. If it, I mean, again, like it's not even good or bad because I've bought. It's kind of luck of the draw. Like you go to the store and we get from dairies. I mean, Wisconsin's the dairy state. There's dairies everywhere, and we'll buy the same, a block of
same
Munster
cheese from the same store.
dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one week it's a little squishy and gross, and one week it's really firm and hard. And it's just I don't know if it's how long it's been on the shelf or what, but when you hit that jackpot, it's just like I'll eat the whole thing in 2 days. It's just like you can't tell from my slender physique, but I do like cheese.
Can do you? Do you flip it? Eh?
Yeah, Mooncake likes to
Oh.
smoke cheddar.
I'll tell you. Do you know what's really good with
Oh,
cheese?
yes, I like a smoked cheddar. Yeah.
You know what's good with cheese, Duke?
Crackers.
Crumpets.
We know how I feel about crumpets.
I'm on a
All right,
website.
on that note,
I'm on a website and it's called Wisconsin Cheese, and it says
Okay.
Wisconsin is the state of cheese. Apparently.
Ah,
yeah,
very
it's
nice.
like the official. I don't know if that's official Wisconsin. Well, the motto is forward. I don't know what
The
the,
motto is
official relationship.
cheese.
Grommet.
We're known as like the dairy. Yeah, it's Grommet just going cheese. If I do a search for Wisconsin cheese, there's all these ads. The cheese state. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Who
we
knew?
are known for
Who
our
knew?
dairy.
Well, I
so-
know what I'll be
You
doing
are
when I
known
visit
for your
you, Eric.
dairy. Yeah, eating cheese.
Well, that's most of what I do in my free time is just sit around eating cheese.
Cheese from a cheese
All
ball.
We are a video game podcast. We should talk about some video games.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
If you're a vegan, you've probably passed out by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Fuck vegans.
Cheese.
What you been playing?
Anyway.
What you been playing? What you been playing?
What Eric said about fuck vegans is quite offensive. Actually, I hate vegetarians as well. So
yeah, and pescatarians, just be on the safe
Well, I'm
side.
not hurt by that. You want to hate? You want to hate? Go ahead.
I
don't actually hate vegans. I have a lot of respect for them. I think my anger toward them comes from the fact that I don't have the willpower to be vegan as I know I should be, based on my morality. But
my thing with vegans is like you've got to be prepared to bring your own food at that point.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
sure.
You know.
And that's the thing. Well, or just eat what other people are eating, even if it's not your moral dietary system. Like my dad, when I became a vegetarian, my dad was like, "Well, you should be a vegetarian the way the Dalai Lama is, because he's a vegetarian. But when he goes over to someone's house and they serve him meat, he eats it, because that's just being a good guest."
Clever.
And I was
Did
like,
he
you know what,
though?
that makes
Did he
sense.
really?
I don't know, but it's a good story. And
Did
I
he ever
believe
go
that's
around
a good way
anybody's
to think
house?
about it.
Yeah, give me that like a lamb.
He hasn't left Nepal in like 20 fucking years.
Is
They're
he
all
like-
like,
like
"Get
a
the hell
lamb?"
out. Go back to your own country.
What does he
Wait,
say? He goes,
ah,
I want to come round.
oh wow, we're going right into the offensive Tibetan accents, huh?
We're gonna cook like a respectable meal for you. Oh no, it's fine. You know, you just cook whatever you want.
I didn't know the Dalai Lama's from India. How about
No, I
that?
didn't.
chicken. I don't know where he's from. Nepal.
Oh God.
Nice Tupac shirt, by the way. Chinny.
Yeah,
Just
maybe
noticed
maybe
it's
no
Tupac.
accent would
I thought
be
you
a
weren't
good
crazy about
idea
Tupac.
at this point.
Oh,
Didn't you
this
call
is
Tupac overrated, Chinny?
he is.
But he
Why
likes
are
the
you wearing a
t-shirt.
shirt
He
with
likes
him
the
on it
t-shirt.
4 times?
I don't know.
Because he likes to leave him alone, Duke. He likes the
I'm
shirt.
just curious.
Okay.
I'm just surprised. I
brother-in-law-
never thought I'd see you.
This is a Christmas present from my brother-in-law.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. That's
didn't
fine. It's a
have
good
that.
shirt. I like it.
I
I'm
didn't
just-
have the heart to tell him that I'm not that.
Well, here's the thing. Look,
You
here's
didn't have
the
to
thing.
worry, though.
Tupac, you can say Tupac's music was overrated, and I might agree with you on a lot of it. However, I think as a man, he was a very interesting dude because he read constantly, and a lot of people don't know that. And so there's a book called Holler If You Hear Me, Searching for Tupac Shakur by Michael Eric Dyson. And he actually meets the woman who inherited Tupac's library. And he has this chapter where he just goes through all the books that Tupac loved. And it's just like pages and pages. It's so fascinating. So I think, a lot of my students are really into like the music and the thug life attitude and the club and, messing with anybody who messes with you. But in the meantime, he was a frickin' scholar and an activist. And I think those are important parts of his life. So
Yeah.
if you want, you can. And by the way, Stu, you're the
Yes.
only one not wearing a rap group on your shirt, so
No, it's
you're
just
the odd
plain
man
blue.
out, I think.
Plain blue,
yeah,
man.
you need
Plain
to
blue.
represent some kind of hip hop on your torso wear, please.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
get something.
All
Before we move on, announcement, just to make sure if you didn't get it already, I'm mixing again on New Year's Eve, people. So if you want to tune
New Year's Eve
in,
mix.
10 o'clock onwards. So I'm starting fairly late because who wants to start early if it's a party
That's
or whatever?
Today's Wednesday, so this is Friday night.
Friday night, 10
Yeah,
p.m.
You should be
UK
staying
time.
in anyway. You don't have it. You shouldn't be going out, people. I'm a crying ain't no joke.
Yeah. I'll be on my Twitch channel streaming live on, I don't know, DJ_no clue, I think it is.
Yeah.
think
Sumu
it is.
is eating twiglets.
He's eating Twiglets. So I'm eating, by the way, I've got Christmas snacks and Christmas stuff. I've got Turkish Delight, people in
Oh,
chocolate.
all
looks
right.
like an after eight.
Careful. You're going to end
I know
up
it
in
does.
Narnia.
Yeah, they're quite good though. These Kay's mum gets me a box every Christmas.
I have
and
no
they're
snacks.
tasty.
I'll get
So, yeah.
these for Stu. He loves these.
He does.
I ate all the
That's
snacks
exactly
for the
how
baby.
she says it.
He
How did you
loves
know? Were
these,
you there?
Stu.
Big bag
Were
of
you there?
gum.
What's that? That looks like a fucking
anyway,
dishwasher tablet.
Yeah. Anyway, be there. Listen to some. I'm going to do a
Yeah.
good mix this year. I'm doing old
Starting
school
what time? UK
house
time?
at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. I'm doing old
10
school
p.m.
house.
UK time is 4
I'm gonna
p.m.
do
Central time in
some-
the US.
Some stuff from 2021, so some more recent stuff, and some obviously some funky house as well. So I'm going to do a good mix of all sorts of shit and
Put
requests.
The link in the chat. I'll
Oh
put
yeah,
it
I
in the
should
chat.
do that.
You're
Oh
too
no, it's
lazy.
probably get blocked, won't it? I don't know.
Why?
But yeah, I've got a
Okay,
Facebook,
good to know.
Facebook page. Anyway, let's talk about games.
Yes, let's talk about. Should I just start? Am
No.
I just gonna do this? No.
No?
I just
Why not?
can't be bothered. I'm so full. Like I feel like I'm medically ill. Like,
there's Stu's link.
Have you put the Facebook?
Right, 76.
in?
In Sweden, there's a famous brown cheese. They eat it like we eat digestives. A Thursday stream, shock horror. We had Christmas going on just recently. Okay, well, whatever.
all right,
All right,
we'll talk about.
I'll put the Facebook thing. Get yourself down. It'll remind you to go.
We'll talk about.
Yeah,
games.
that.
We'll talk
Sure,
about games.
why not? All right, so I'm going first because I
Go.
want to talk about Factorio.
Go for it.
Let me see if I can help you understand where my brain has been for the last. I didn't start it right away last week, so it's been about it's been a week and a half since we podcasted last. Probably for about about 5 days, because I really did. I started like Saturday, and we had Friday off, and then Saturday I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Friday I finished Borderlands 3, which I'll talk about later. Here, let me explain how Factorio messes with your head. When you first play Minecraft, right? Okay, I'm in Minecraft. What do?
Yeah, punch a tree.
Punch a tree, exactly. Right. You punch a tree. Now, let's say I want to get an iron pickaxe. Okay. I got to punch a tree.
Punch a tree.
I'm going to make some sticks out of that tree. First, I got to make the lumber out of the wood, and then I can make the sticks out of the lumber, and then I can make a shovel out of those sticks, and I can use the shovel to dig down, and then I can, you know what I'm saying? You got these steps to go, and steps on steps on steps.
Steps,
right? And eventually, you dig down, you get to the stone, you make a wood pickaxe to get the first stone out. You take some stone, you make stone tools out of that. You go back down, you dig. Eventually, you find some iron. You bring that out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Factorio is, I think it grew out of a mod for Minecraft. Is that right? I heard something about that.
No idea.
No clue.
I think it did. But anyway, the point is, Factorio is that process times 1 billion.
Nice.
What, just to make a pickaxe?
No. You start off with a pickaxe. You don't have to worry about having a pickaxe.
Oh, all right,
What you're going to do, and I haven't done this yet, but the goal of the game is to build a rocket ship and take off from the planet. In order to do that,
Pikmin.
I guess. I've never played Pikmin. I don't know. But there are 7 billion steps along the way.
Yeah.
And oh my God, you should see my base. It is such a god-awful mess because you start off in this one area whacking at the ground to get a little bit of coal and then stone, and then you build your first stone furnace, and then you use the coal and you get some iron. Hopefully there's some nearby when you start, and you put the iron in the coal in the stone furnace, and then you use that to make some conveyor belts, and then you can eventually build a machine. It's all about building machines. You build a machine that digs the iron out of this ground for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you got the iron going into the stone furnace on the conveyor belt, right? Cool. But eventually your iron digger runs out of coal. So you have to start running the coal back to the iron furnace, or the iron digger rather. And back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then you can automate it by setting up conveyor belts to put the coal back into itself, into the coal digger, and then coal into the stone furnace, and coal to power the arms that are moving it all around. And it's just this never-ending series of, you can automate it, but it takes a while to set up the automated unit, right? And then eventually you get like 10 furnaces going with 10 diggers of iron, and those have to be constantly fed with coal. And you have these conveyor belts wrapped around conveyor belts. And then it comes along electricity, and it says, fuck all that coal stuff. Now you need to switch to electricity. And you're like, God damn it, I just set up everything with coal. And then it's just on and on and on. And then every new stage of development, you have some new thing you need to build. And so you need parts of the iron ore to go over here to build the cogs you need for the machine you're building using the iron plates that were coming out this side of the base. And it's just this nightmare of just logistics and all this stuff. And it's just, oh my God. The reason it's so addicting is because there's so much to keep track of. And
so it's a bit like Civilization on acid.
It's Minecraft plus Civilization on drugs. Like that's a good way to put it.
That's what it looks like.
Because seriously, I sat down this morning at like 9, I had eaten breakfast, I drank coffee, I did my morning puzzles. I always do a Sudoku and a crossword from the paper. And then I washed the dishes, and then I worked out. So by like 9 o'clock, I was done with all that. And then I sat down to play some Factorio, and I looked up. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm starving! When did it become noon?" Literally, like you just blink.
Wow.
And it's because you're. I mean, at least Civilization, it's like, okay, one more turn, right? It's a turn-based game. One more turn. One more. This game, forget it. There's 100 things happening at once, and you see that this machine that you set up to make the cogs is not working. Why isn't that working? Because it ran out of iron that you were trying to feed it. Well, why isn't the iron plates being made? Because this thing ran out, the thing that was processing the iron ore ran out of coal. So, okay, why isn't there coal coming out? Oh, because the digger ran out of coal. Okay, so let's put some more coal in the digger. It starts digging up iron. That sends it to the on, and then you get into copper, and then you get into liquids eventually, and then you get into lubricants, and you get into oil refinery, but the oil only appears in certain places on the map. How the fuck are you going to get oil?
That's like oil in real life. What do you think? It just squirts out of anywhere?
Yeah, but you don't have people you can go and depose the Shah, or depose the elected Mossadegh and put the Shah in power and then get your oil that way. You have to go get it yourself. So what do?
That's the game, I guess.
Here's what you do. You build a train.
Oh my God.
And when I got the train going, when I got the loop all done, I was dancing with joy. I literally was dancing. I got the train. Because the tutorial, first of all, the tutorial takes about 5 hours in this game.
Nice.
Well, I saw you tweet. Was it on Twitter or Facebook?
I posted on Twitter. I have never been so filled with joy upon finishing because it's such a satisfying thing. But here's the thing: in the tutorial, you come upon a series. You start off the same way you start off in the real game. You're shipwrecked. You got to start banging at the ground to get coal and iron and stuff. But eventually, you finish part of the tutorial, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna go look for what else is on this world, and you go find remnants of other people's bases, and then you fix them up so that it kind of shows you what it'll look like when you have a good base set up. But you know, their machines are all destroyed, and that's because there are monsters in this game, and the more you pollute, the more the monsters will attack you. Which is a smart way to do it, because that way, you know, you're not overwhelmed all at once with these horrible monsters, but the more sophisticated your resources are in terms of weapons you have and whatnot, the more aggressive the monsters become.
So the monsters are green. So they're like,
monsters are all different
the
colors.
eco warriors. No, I mean,
right,
like eco
in that
warriors.
sense, right? They're environmental. Yeah, exactly. Well, you're destroying their home. They should be mad.
So they're like,
fuck you.
That. Yeah, I'm gonna come and destroy your shit that's causing
Absolutely.
shit.
And they want
Holy
to destroy
crap.
your shit, and they're good at it. It's like, whoa. So you are researching weapons technology, including turrets and walls and stuff. At the same time, you're researching stuff to make the things that will 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 eventually get you on the rocket and launch out.
Shit.
It's so complex, but it's not.
I've got a headache just hearing you talk about it,
dude. The tutorials, seriously, you go looking for like the basics of, you know, pick a part of the tech tree, and it'll like I just got into robots, and I'll get to the robots in a minute. I got to the robot, and I'm like, I have no idea how this works, because that's the thing. The tutorial only takes you to like halfway through the tech tree, and then it's like, all right, you finished the tutorial, now you're ready to play for real. I'm like, I must be close to launching the rocket. And I now realize I'm at like 80% of the way there, I think, after having played a lot past the tutorial. So, oh man. But you go to find, and this isn't really Angry Duke, but it is Flabbergasted Duke. Oh, God damn it. Look at this. The padding on my headphones is hanging on by thread. It's ridiculous. Anyway, you go to find a tutorial, and it's, hello, you there?
Yeah,
listening. Yeah,
okay, just sorry. So, yeah. You go to find a tutorial about robots, and it's like a 3-hour video that's like the basics of robotics, and they start off having unlocked everything in the robot tech tree and like talking about all the different pieces.
So obviously, guys, you've unlocked everything here. So what?
I just want to know how to start. I should make a video that's just like, here's the most basic thing to know, because they all start with this theoretical stuff. There's two kinds of robots. There's this and there's that. There's this range of things, and there's the orange range and the yellow range. And they're not wrong. It's just they're not good at teaching. The people who are good at engineers make terrible educators for the most part. That's why a lot of manuals suck. and a lot of people don't bother reading them because they're usually written for other engineers.
Mm-hmm.
So I, am egotistical enough to believe that maybe I can make a Factorio video that's just like, here's the most basic way to think about. Well, I might, but I also have papers I need to grade, so whatever. Yeah, but so the nice thing about the robots though is once you get the robots, you can tell them. I haven't gotten the kinds of robots that will actually do a lot of things for me, but I have got the robots that will bring me stuff. So whereas before I had to be like, okay, this machine that's supposed to make the red processors is idle because it needs plastic. Okay, where am I making plastic? Oh yeah, it's in this chemical plant on the other side of the base. I had to go run over there, get the plastic, and then run it back, right? No more. Now I can tell the robots, keep me stocked with like 100 plastics at all times. And they just fly around and just bring you plastic. Wow. It's such a relief. It's, oh God, this is so much easier. And the funny thing, the joke on the Factorio Reddit and elsewhere is when you, at some point, you're going to want to tear down your whole base and start all over, like halfway through the game, because the logistics are so complicated. Like I'm making, like I said, the plastic over here, because that's where the oil's coming in, but I need plastic over here too. So the smarter thing to do would be to make a plastic processing in the middle of the base and then split it and send it to either side of the base and down below or whatever. There's all sorts of ways you can reorganize your base. And, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going through, I'm just going to go through and make it complicated, but I kind of know where things are and the robots are making it easier. And I'm just going to get that rocket ship and blast and win the game. Cause it actually says on the tech tree, for the rocket silo, this is how you launch a rocket and win the game. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to launch I made the train. I made a car. I made my exosuit. I've made all these things. And now I need to, I'm going to make that rocket and I'll launch off into space. But when I do that, I actually won't feel victorious in the game. I'm going to need to start over right away.
What?
Wow.
Why?
Because
to make a more efficient factory.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that. I will be doing that, but that's not why I'm starting over. I will be starting over because my first time through, I wanted to give myself a less stressful experience, so I turned off the monsters. Which, I was able to handle them in the tutorial. I don't think it would have made me insane, but I just didn't want to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? I wanted to learn all the tech stuff the first time through. How do you make the blue? Because in the tutorial, you make the red and the green research potions, basically. That's what they are. And so in the rest of the game, there's red and green, but there's also blue, there's purple, there's yellow. And I just unlocked yellow. And so I wanted to learn how all that stuff works. And then next time I'll deal with monsters and walls and turrets and all of that stuff. So it is a hell of a fun game. I cannot thank you enough, Chinny, for gifting me this. I feel like I should buy a copy for someone else because I'm that in love with it. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how I feel in a month, but
it's like Chinny, you gave him a bag of crack cocaine.
You did give me it's more addictive than crack is probably. I've never done crack. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think it's more addictive, but it is.
No, it probably
is very, very addicting, and
it's probably got less side effects. Let's put it that way.
Right. But here's the thing. Look, and one of the things that I learned today or yesterday. Time doesn't mean anything anymore. When you use these robot arms called inserters. I didn't realize this until I went looking because I had a problem with real quick. This is the last nerdy thing I'll share, but I haven't wanted to get too into the details with you, but I'll tell you this one thing. You have conveyor belts. There's actually two sides to them, left and the right. And I had usually, like when you come upon the bases of the other people in the tutorial, you end up with the coal on one side of the conveyor belt and the iron on the other, which is great because then in a furnace, it'll sweep up the coal over here and the iron over here. And if it uses up all the coal, then it won't block the iron. You know what I mean? It doesn't mix, which is really nice. But mine was mixing. And I was like, why is it mixing? And I looked up. Turns out the robot arms will always put things in on the far side from where they are. So if you want the coal to be over here and the iron to be over there, you need to set up the arms
on the opposite
either side of it or whatever. Right. And I was like,
wow.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And you can split the conveyor belts. You can join them. You can put them underground. There's so many ways. Like, that's the thing is like, all right, I've said enough, but it's very, very addicting.
I've got to say, I've got to say, I've got a headache just looking at the screen.
I know. I hear you. And that's how it was at first. Like I had a headache too, and it was very frustrating. And at one point, I actually kind of felt like I actually wrote, there's so much to keep track of. And by the way, sorry, I'm done with this notebook. Years and years. I don't know if I have a date for the first one. Sims 4 was the first game I talked about in this notebook.
Wow.
Fallout 4, Dota, Underlords, Infinite.
Oh, that's
Factory,
2015.
Civ
That's 2015.
This is a long time
impressive.
ago. Yeah. So I've just got years and years of notes from video games, but I finally used it all up, and not a moment too soon, because look at the cover of this piece of shit. This plastic is like curved and it won't lie flat. So every time I get it out, I got this curvy, lumpy mutant.
I don't know how
notebook.
you live.
I don't know either. I'm a trooper is how. But I've used it all up. And the next one I'm going to use, I'm very happy with it. A friend of mine got me this Simpsons journal. So
that's cool.
For my
liking
flat.
that.
It's got the little strap.
It's yellow.
On it, so it'll stay. Oh, it's very sleek. So that's
For now, until you ruin it.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
Have
But
you
anyway,
seen have you seen my notebook, Duke? See my notebook?
no.
I haven't
You
got
have a
one.
notebook?
I don't have a
okay,
notebook.
I see what you did there.
I've got one.
Um,
I've got one. Do you want to see mine?
Yeah, let's see yours, Chinny.
It's a Game Boy.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
One of the very nice, I just want to make sure I mention the things I have down here. Making an item will automatically make the lower necessary items too, which is very nice, right? So imagine in Minecraft, if you wanted to make an iron pick, you wouldn't, I mean, and you have the stuff, well, I mean, Minecraft doesn't really work that way. You don't have to make components of other components, but you know what I mean? Like you have to refine the iron into ingots in Minecraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the iron ore, you have to burn it down into ingots. So imagine you didn't have to burn it into ingots. You just click iron pickaxe and it takes the iron ore and it just turns it into, you know, it smelts it for you. It's kind of, that's kind of what my Factorio does, which is very nice. So I wrote so much to keep track of, because at a certain point, I like halfway through Saturday, I was kind of like, I don't know, like I'm kind of feeling overwhelmed. I don't know, like you said, Stu, I have a headache. Like, I don't know if it's worth it. And then like an hour later, I wrote, it's funny how quickly I go from, oh, it's too overwhelming to, I am the king of everything.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's what this game does to you. Is once you figure it out, it's like, oh my God, yes.
Oh my God. I think 33 Killface has got the right idea, because he says, I'm going to save myself the trouble and not build a base in the first place.
Yeah.
I think he's got the right idea.
I
think that's what you need to have
feel
done.
that way. This
Chinny.
game is not going to be for everybody, but if you have a mind to stick with it, and the feeling of finishing the tutorial, the feeling of getting that train running, oh my God, I can tell you, it's so satisfying.
It gets so good.
And when I
after 6
launched that
hours.
rocket ship, oh man, watch out. Let me tell you. Here's another thing I wrote. Automating this stuff would save me time, but it takes so long to automate it, which is the paradox. Like this, I could figure out a way to automate the moving of plastic from one end of the base to the other, but it takes so long. And meanwhile, it only takes a couple of seconds to run and grab some plastic and bring it back. But when you have 20 things you're doing that with, that's where it just breaks your brain. And then the robots show up and go, we'll get that for you. And you're like, oh my God, I love you, robot friends. I got these swarms of robots just bringing me stuff all day.
So what you're basically saying, this is a Jeff Bezos simulator.
It's funny.
That's what it is. Build loads of industries, pollute the planet, and then take off in a rocket. That looks like a cock.
More Elon Musk than Jeff Bezos. When Elon Musk launched his little penis rocket ship, I guess that was Bezos. Anyway, someone said, hey, it looks like he won the game. And so it's, I see what you did there. That's very cute. I said, there's always a way to make things more efficient, and it's wide open. And that's the thing, is that compared to other puzzle games, you know, I've talked about Space Chem. I've talked about Infinite Factory. There's puzzle games that have to do with like processing, and I talked about that programming game. Those aren't wide open in the same way. You know what I mean? Like this game says you need to make one of these, and how you do it is totally up to you. And that's one of the things I love about it, because you have all this space. You have all these options for how you're going to set things up. And there's more efficient and less efficient ways to do it, but you can do the least efficient way as long as it's getting you the thing you need to make.
I mean, this character that you're playing as is obviously very, very handy at making stuff.
He is. He is a handy chap.
At this
isn't
point,
he? He's got some knowledge.
At this point, I'd be like, is it worth leaving the planet for?
I can't believe
I don't want to leave all this stuff behind. Yeah,
I can't believe he's set up all this shit single-handedly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. Look, but you see those swarms of robots flying around. He's not doing it all himself. And here's the other thing to keep in mind. One of the things you make early on is called an assembling station. And that is just you feed it the materials and it makes the thing. So you're not really making it all by hand. You very early start automating even the
but clearly this man has the resources to build himself a palace, doesn't he? Really?
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
So...
Right. No, you're right. And you don't ever make a house for yourself.
You
just run around night and day.
Is the end of the game just him going, "Fuck this, I'm staying"?
Yeah.
It's time for me to go to sleep. I've been on this adrenaline
This
rush,
dude is super intelligent, is what I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's very intelligent, and he's got this suit.
Look
You
at all
build
that
yourself
shit.
armor. You make an exosuit so you can put modules in it.
Of course you do.
Yeah, it's wicked.
Do you know what, Duke?
Loving this game.
I'm just in awe of you playing these weird games that do all this weird shit.
A house?
No, at no point do you make a house. You're just running around all the time, day and night. Now, the good news is you don't have to eat, you don't have to sleep, there may be mods. There's mods for this game, which I haven't even looked at yet. I'm not going anywhere near the mods yet. But there might be
Here's
a mod
to make it
like
1,000 more times complicated.
Yeah,
exactly. Because the base game's so dull and surface level. It's but yeah, oh god, it's so good.
There's probably a mod that makes it look like Minecraft.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's top down all the time, so I guess it's kind of 3/4 view, but I don't really.
Probably make it all blocky.
Well, it's already kind of blocky.
Well, I think
it's blocky in the same way that Terraria is. Like, not really blocky, but kind of. The blocks are very, very small.
This is sprites. This is sprites.
Yeah, it's sprites. That's
I think I'm Factorio'd out. I don't know about you, Chinny.
Yeah.
The little character looks 3D, but it might be just a really good sprite, to be fair.
No, he is. It is. It's 3D. It's top down 3D-ish. So it's
2.5D.
It's not much of an. It's not much of an angle. Yeah, it is 2.5D. I guess you could say. But you also I didn't think this would be nice when I first started playing. I was like, why can't I rotate the camera? But then I realized, you know what? It's better that you don't, because you don't ever really need. You can rotate all the stuff you put down, even after you put it down, which is very nice.
Because it's not isometric. It's top down, basically.
Right.
Almost top down, so it makes everything straight, up, down, left, right.
Right. And you don't have to worry about which way is north on the map, because it's always up is north.
I don't know, like isometric views. Like when I used to play Halo Wars a lot, and I mean a lot.
Yeah.
I remember watching somebody on YouTube like rotating the camera every 2 seconds. I was like, "What are you doing?" I instantly get lost. Right. So it's personal preference, I guess. But anyway, shut the fuck up about this game.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Well, it's your fault, Chinny, for buying it for me.
Yeah, it is your fault. By the way, I've been playing a very complicated game this week as well.
Darts.
Yeah, darts. It's so complicated. You've got to throw 3 darts in a board.
Yeah.
And you start off with 301, and then you work your way up to 501.
Oh, right, yeah.
501. But I nearly.
Wait, what did you make the darts out of?
Yeah, they're made out of virtual reality pixels.
Did you make the darts? Did you craft them?
I did. I totally made them. Totally crafted them. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. So I started playing the game, and you can play against an AI opponent that fucking cheats.
Bastard.
Like these, honestly, they cheat all the time.
Why do you think they cheat?
Because here's the thing, I was down to about 90 or 80 or something, and the opponent had been hitting like 5s and 1s and the odd 20, right? And then suddenly, out of nowhere, 140.
Push.
Like, oh, what a cheating bitch.
Right? Next game, or next throw, should I say, 120. I mean, they went from 200 or whatever behind to suddenly.
I don't think they cheated you. I think they hustled you.
Fucking hustled me, all right. Within touching distance. And then, get this, right? Chinny, when you play darts, 501, 301, whatever, how do you have to finish the game?
A double, usually.
A double, right? So I'm here trying to get doubles.
You don't have to these days.
Right? And in this game, she had 10 left and just hit 10 and won. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
Hacksaws.
So, at this point, it was nearly, fuck this game, I'm done, right? Because I'm like, if they're not going to play by the real rules, they can suck it.
Yeah,
and then I unlocked the Las Vegas arena. Yeah. And what I realized is that each arena was slightly more difficult than the previous one. So to begin with, 301 was sort of finished, but I was finishing on a double and winning, which was a little bit annoying because I didn't have to do it. and then 501 in the next arena, which is Mars. So you unlock Mars. Why not? Well, that was 501, but you could still finish by just hitting like 20 or 40 or whatever, 20 or 19 or 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you get to Las Vegas, you've got to hit a double to win.
There you go.
But the opponent won by hitting a treble. And I'm like, what the is going on?
Cheating.
I'm telling you, this game, the AI cheats constantly. I mean, like constantly.
Yeah. I don't know if is that legit. Can you do that?
I don't know. I don't think so, because I even read about what I hadn't realized at the beginning of each arena, it actually tells you what you can and can't do, what the house rules are.
Yeah.
Now, when I got to Las Vegas, it said you must finish on a double. And yeah, I got beaten and they finished on a treble.
Yeah.
What the hell? But that all being said, it's really good.
There you go. Sounds it.
It's very realistic, physics-wise. It feels right. You know, when you sort of throw a dart, it feels right. If you don't throw it hard enough, it just, you know, drops to the floor or whatever. So you've got to feel the weight. You know what I mean? Work out how hard you have to throw.
Sorry, forgive my ignorance, but like you're playing this on VR, you got one of them little doodads in your hand. Is that right?
You can play it without the doodads. So you can play this just using the pure hand tracking, but it is shocking. It's absolutely
so you can't,
shocking.
basically.
You can, but
you
it's
can't.
so fiddly.
So what I'm asking is, when you
throw
play, I assume you play with the doodads, right?
Play with
I mean,
doodads.
like, you have to move your hand and then like click the button when you want it to release.
Yeah. So you basically use the front trigger button to pick up a dart, and then obviously when you want to release, you let go of the trigger.
You let go of it. Okay. So that's how you get the angle.
Yeah, it feels actually really natural. Okay. Because I thought it might feel a bit weird.
Don't you end up throwing the fucking thing?
No, you kind of. I'll be honest. You kind of almost.
It's a different
forget.
muscle memory.
Yeah, but it does feel like. I mean, I used to play in the darts team back in the day.
Of course you did.
For my local pub, of course, because that's what you did. There was nothing else to do. I was in the darts team.
There wasn't these video games.
Exactly. And after I've left, they started doing bools. For some reason, that became a pub thing, playing bools.
Like bocce ball?
What the fuck is bools?
You know, like French bowls where you throw it in the sand pit.
Yeah, bocce ball.
Bocce ball, whatever that is. Whatever Duke
They call it boule in France. They call it bocce in Italy.
Yeah, so boule. So they used to play that. Started playing that as a pub thing. But anyway, so I used to play darts.
What kind of pub did you go to?
Oh, it's fucking our local
the French pub.
We
go down to the pub. I play the boule. Have some pain au chocolat.
But here's the thing, right? This game on Quest is the bargain of the century.
Bargain of the century. You heard it here, folks.
Bargain.
How did he get Chinny to get this? On the WhatsApp, he said, "Get it! I'm gonna kick your ass."
Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah, Chinny's always up for a challenge. But yeah, this is a bargain. It's $7.99. I mean, this is probably one of the cheapest games on Quest.
It's an absolute fucking steal.
It's a fucking steal at $7.99.
You're an idiot if you don't get this, people.
Up to 4 people.
I'm not really gonna kill anybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill
It's like you are breaking into Mark Zuckerberg's house, tying him up into his basement, and robbing his stuff in front of him.
It freaking is.
While kicking his dog.
The bowling game's 15 quid. Darts $7.99, so half that amount, and it's equally as good, if not better. I kind of like it better because I haven't pulled a muscle in my arse playing it, which is good. You know what I mean? Because the bowling.
That is good that you don't pull a muscle in your ass.
Pull a muscle in my ass, man. Yeah. So this, and it's still got the jukebox, so you still got YouTube, the whole of YouTube. You can play anything you want while you're playing.
Can you play anything?
Are your mixes on there?
You can put whatever you want. If it's on YouTube, you can play it. You can log in, so you can log into your YouTube channel, so you can anything you've saved or whatever. It's pretty impressive what they've done in this. It's very, very good. But there is something a bit creepy about it as well. I've got to mention the creepiness.
Why?
Because when you're playing, there's weird avatars like dancing in the background. You know, when you put music on, they all start having a bit of a boogie. In the Las Vegas one, there was someone pole dancing on a podium.
What's weird about that?
Oh yeah,
it was a little bit weird.
You got to earn a living.
Well, I guess. Yeah, so the avatars sort of are pretty good, actually, apart from the fact they cheat constantly. Cheating bastards. Honestly, I wanted to poke that dude with the glasses in the eye, I tell you.
Oh, fucking wankers.
Fucking cheating,
He
all
looks
that,
like a wanker, to be
stick his thumbs up. And then he's a sore loser as well, because when you beat him, he puts his thumbs down at you and pulls his face.
As soon as he lost, did he start accusing you of cheating? Because that's a
Yeah,
sign
he
of a
did.
sore loser if
Yeah,
ever
he
I've
did.
seen one.
He's like, you're cheating.
Those
No,
people
shit
are
bag.
cheating.
Yeah. But I desperately want to play some multiplayer with someone and see how
Well,
that
it's a shame you
goes.
got no friends.
I know, it's a shame I've got no fucking friends. No people who I know who've got this game. It's so cheap.
I must say, I am intrigued. The title is pretty clever. It's called Is that the real name of it?
Forever Darts, yeah.
But
Forever
no
Darts.
E before the R, so it's Forever
Exactly, you
VR
see what they did. It's
Very
forever
clever.
bowling.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And
Imagine that
it makes you
meeting.
it makes you think of that song, Forever Darts. I want to play Forever Darts.
You can have complete promo, so because you can see on this one you get a little aimer, to use on the board. On pro mode you get nothing. So it's like real physics,
like promotional.
pro
About,
mode,
like,
real physics, no
professional
guides, no
mode.
nothing. Yeah, it's just like playing professional darts.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think me and Chinny should have a go at that with no help
Do you remember?
at all.
Do you remember Hale and Pace? Do you remember those?
I do.
Do you
remember
remember their darts sketch?
Don't know. I probably do when you tell me. 'Cause
So
a long time ago.
it's one of the funniest sketches, and so like the darts is an afterthought. So like they're playing darts, but the actual sport is the drinking after the darts. So while one is drinking, the other one's doing darts, and he's going for a pint of lager first, yes, and
Nice.
half a shandy, not very good, and you can see the other guy in the background like throwing 3 darts. All right, and so,
Nice.
but he's looking at the guy drinking, and it's brilliant, very funny.
That's
Yeah,
good.
I used to love Hale and Pace.
Would you say he had a whiskey drink and then a lager drink and
Oh,
then a cider
yeah.
drink?
And then a vodka drink, maybe.
Yeah, and then a vodka drink.
And then was he gonna be singing when we're winning?
I think he probably is. I
Well,
think he probably is.
you know,
But yeah, VR darts, Chinny, get it. We'll play some games.
he
I'm
gets
gonna beat
knocked
your
down.
ass.
oh, you should
Yeah,
get
buy
back up
it
again.
right now. Buy it right now.
Oh,
Right, right,
what
right.
are you
Never gonna
doing?
keep me down.
Are you available tomorrow?
I'm not. I'm working tomorrow.
Well,
unfortunately.
what the fucking
I'm
chumbawamba
working.
was
Why don't you have
that?
your VR
But I'm
headset at work?
available.
Just play it
Whoa.
while you're working.
I'm working tomorrow, but I'm probably available around sort of 3:30, 4ish in the afternoon. I'm
We'll
ready.
have to-
I'm
we'll
around.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm available in the afternoon. I'm working.
Ain't nobody
till
got
2,
time for that.
And then I've got to go supermarket shopping because that's what I do. So I'm
I
gonna
think
go
they
do
should
that.
make a VR supermarket sweep game.
There you go.
That would be
and
so cool.
tie it in with the delivery companies, and so that you can go virtual shopping and then have the actual stuff arrive at your doorstep.
Yeah.
Try it in the chat. He's right. I think it's a Smith and Jones sketch, not Hale and Pace.
If you
okay.
try it.
Smith and Jones.
Actually,
You know,
I
just
think
had a
he is
great
right.
massage.
two
I
two
think he
white
is right.
blokes. They're all the same. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's like in the 90s. There's just like a whole list of like white men duo sketch comedies like Fry and Laurie, Smith and Jones, Hale and Pace, Cannonball, which are awful.
Newman and Bedeel,
Reeves and Mortimer.
Reeves and Mortimer.
There's just loads of them. Like what I don't like Anton Deck. I mean, they're still going. To be fair, I don't know what was going on. Why was
Two Ronnies.
Two
Morgan
Ronnies.
And then Key and
Fries.
Peele said, "Yeah, whatever. Watch this."
Yeah, and Keir Peele was like, "We're gonna do
Oh,
it
okay.
black style."
I mean, in living color before them, but
Cannon and Ball. Did you mention Cannon and Ball?
I did mention
Cannonball.
Cannonball. They're awful.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Anyway,
Anyway,
all right, we're
what
an
have you
hour
been
in.
playing?
We talked about 2 games.
Yeah, Chinny, what have you
go.
been playing? Quick.
And I'll turn on the lights.
I've finished the game.
Oh no.
Hang on, I'm gonna play the sound clip. Here I am.
Let's play. Guess the game that Chinny's played and finished this week.
What?
Can I guess?
Of course, that's the name of the game.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
And you already finished.
I already finished that.
Oh, it's already done
well,
that.
then that's my only guess. I
Oh, I
have
know,
amnesia.
I know. Mafia.
You know what?
I have
Was it
finished
Mafia?
Mafia, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you finished 2 games.
Yep.
Yeah, it's finished 2 games since last
Damn.
time.
Give us a
Yeah.
hint. How many words
Yeah,
are
we
in
need
the
a
title?
hint. Have you already started playing this?
To answer Duke's question, 3, and to answer Stu's question, yes. Let's see how
can't
much you
remember what
pay
other games
attention
you've
to
been
me.
playing.
Well, let's be
I
fair,
paid
you don't
attention
play
to the
a
weeks
lot.
and weeks when you said nothing. Mass Effect Andromeda.
I haven't played anything. Mass Effect, no. I'm trying to think what you've started. So have you played it before finishing it this week? Have you played it recently, or is it some of that you put down and come back to?
Well, I've put it down and come back to. I've played it sporadically for the last.
I know. Is it Far Cry?
No.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, that's a good guess, though. What year did it come out?
This year.
Wow.
What genre is it?
Yeah. I'm stumped.
That would give it away.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Is it a game that either Stu or I have played?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh.
It is. Have both of us played it?
Have I finished it?
Yes.
Yes.
So Stu played and finished it. Have I played it?
No.
Stu played and finished it recently. I've been recently.
Well, it must be. It came out this year.
It Takes Two?
Correct.
Oh, yes.
Hey, all right.
Well
I didn't think I'd have that sound clip to Yeah, because if it's like what puzzle platformer is that?
Yeah, puzzle platformer, I guess.
Yeah.
It Takes Two.
So you pinned Marshy down, did you?
So well, the good news is
or you just had two joysticks and you played with yourself.
Me and Marsh had a good session on it. The bad news is the reason why we got a good session on it is because Marsh got COVID.
Is he all right? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Because
I hope he doesn't get long.
Well, I know he's not that bad because he set up his PC in the morning, right? So he rang me. He's like, "I've got COVID. But the good news is my new PC's coming. Like I've ordered a new PC." I rang him the next day. I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm still waiting on like I don't know what it was, like a graphics card or something. But I'll put it all together." I was like, "Well, you can't be that bad if you've put your PCs in here." He was like, "No, not really." So he had a bit of a cold, but yeah, he said he felt ill, but he wasn't that bad. So we and I was off work anyway because of whatever. So we said, all right,
who goes to work at Christmas?
Let's commit time to It Takes Two. We was like, what should we play? I was like, let's play It Takes Two. Let's give it a go. And every time we play it, we go, oh, this game is so clever. It's so clever. It's so clever.
It's totally clever.
The game brags how clever it is. I think it's just like look at how clever we are, and every time we play it, we're like, it's just so fun to play. And we played it. I think it was last week, like this time last week. So it's been a while, but we played it for like 6 hours straight.
I just love this game.
And then
even thinking about it now, I'm just like, I want to play it again.
Yeah,
so
we finished it. So we played it for 6 hours straight, and we.
And is it your potential front runner for Game of the Year?
It is in the top 5, definitely.
Okay.
But it's it's been a pretty shit year, to be fair.
It has.
I mean, like Forza Horizon 5 won Game of the Year for IGN, and then nothing against Forza, but usually it doesn't stand a fucking chance.
It's a good game, but it isn't doing anything new.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks gorgeous and shit, but
yeah,
I've like once you've played one Forza game, you kind of have played Forza. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not doing anything a lot.
I'm not knocking Forza, but I'm just like
no, it's still beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just like, if that's winning game of the year, I know Halo's getting a lot of praise as well and stuff like that, but I'm not this year. I mean, last year was for me better. We had The Last of Us and we had like Ghost of Tsushima and stuff. So yeah, I feel like.
Can I just say? I just wanted to make a point here. You know the bit that's on the screen currently. Kay, sorry, not Kay because I wasn't playing with Kay, but Millie hated it. She hated these sections, the top-down dungeon crawler-esque stuff. Hated it.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, she hated it. I liked it. I didn't mind it, but Millie hated it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like it's a game where the developers have gone gameplay first. It's all about making it fun, making it interesting, making it enjoyable, changing it up, coming up with new ways to get through a level, and then abandoning those new ways and picking newer ways to do it.
This is almost like a game Nintendo would make.
Yeah, it's like Mario is basically one core mechanic that Mario has in a level. Some games base their whole game on it. They're just that innovative, and this is the same sort of category really. So Yeah, and you know, the story is a bit pants. I didn't really like it that much, but I don't really think.
Who cares?
I don't really think that's like any. It doesn't harm the game in any way. It having some sort of very loose story, and also the little girl just looks creepy.
Yeah, she does.
But there you go.
And she just accepts that her parents are in a coma with no problems.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, mummy, I'm doing this. Like, your mum she's been having a stroke for the last 6 hours. Like, surely,
yeah, phone an ambulance.
Like do something. And they're just like on the settee doing nothing.
Dribbling.
Yeah, just dribbling. You know, the game's just a pleasure, to play. It never overstays its welcome. The last level is really, really cool, which is on the screen.
It is, and it does it. Pacing is brilliant because at the end it just comes to the end. It doesn't.
It ends
even
suddenly,
outstays.
I think.
Yeah, it does. It does. I love the. By the way, I love this level that you've got on now.
I imagine you did. I had
so
when
cool.
I was playing this level,
cool.
I was like, I can just hear Stu going, "Oh my god!"
I was. This is amazing.
It's all
you know,
sort
like
of
when you do, it's all psychedelic.
It's all music themed. So
yeah,
it's, like, oh my
just
god,
brilliant.
Yeah. So it's cool. Like, so
and it looks amazing, by the way. You should say how cool it looks, you know, apart from anything else.
Well, Marshy just sort of describes it as like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids a lot.
Yeah.
And he just says,
what was Marshy's opinion?
He loved it. He says like, I went, it's not the type of game that Marshy likes. So, for example, Marshy's trying to, I don't know if he still listens to the show, but sometimes he does. But Marshy is trying to coax me into these couple of games that he's been playing. So what Marshy likes is, he likes realistic shooting games. So he's been playing this game. I think it's called like Hell Let Loose or something, and it's a realistic.
Oh god, yeah, it's like almost like a sim of war, isn't it?
Like World War II, realistic,
rock hard
game, and you get booted for killing friendlies and all sorts of stuff. It might be another game that he's playing, but it's something like that. And he's playing another one on the Xbox. He's playing one on the PC, and he's playing like a SWAT game on the PC. Anyway, he's just like he keeps sending me videos. He keeps like trying to get me. He's like, "Oh, it's so good. You really like it." I'm like, "No, I won't." And that's the kind of games he likes. And he likes games with exploration. So he likes games where there's guns and there's shooting and death and explosions and military. And, you know, he used to be in the RAF, so he likes, like, manly games for men. And then we end up playing this game, which is basically a fucking Pixar movie, where, like, you have to, like, just chase a little girl or fight a big octopus or whatever. And we are having, like, a great time playing it. And he says, like, oh, this is probably the best game I've played all year. He said it himself. And
it is, like you said, and I think this is the crux of all it. It's just a pure creativity. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just gameplay first, you know. And I always, people say like what matters most, like gameplay or story. It's like it's always gameplay in video games because that is what you're going to be doing for the majority of the time. And
you see, this is where my difficulty lies because you know I'm a story person. Yeah, you know, first,
and the story's garbage in this game,
and the story in this is ridiculously crap.
Yes,
but the themes,
which is why gameplay is better.
The themes are great, but here's the thing that the Forgotten City doesn't have the best gameplay, but story-wise, it's amazing.
Yeah, but it has to have decent gameplay to perform to
it's not great.
Well, no, but like I don't know a lot about Forgotten City, but I know that one of its game mechanics is that all the things that you've done before you can basically give to a guy to do them again.
Yeah, because I told you this last week.
That is good gameplay.
Well, it's good game design.
Well, it's the same thing. We're splitting hairs.
No.
We're splitting hairs.
No, it's good game design. But whereas this is the exact opposite. This is sublime gameplay and story's shit. You know what I mean?
I think you sort of.
I'm not saying it's terrible, but like for instance, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. In Forgotten City, there is a section which is amazing. From a narrative point of view, it's amazing. But from a gameplay, you've got to shoot arrows at these like statue things, but they just run straight at you. The AI doesn't do anything apart from run straight at you. And the aiming mechanic is horrendous, like awful. And like shooting arrows is just so clunky. But it almost doesn't matter because it's just so cool, the story. You know what I mean? Whereas this is the opposite. The story's pants, but the gameplay's so cool, the story doesn't matter. I don't even know.
I can't speak for Forgotten City. I haven't played it, but
well, you're going to, aren't you? So you'll know what I mean. You will know what I mean.
There's probably my favourite level in this game is probably the snow level.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Because I don't know, it was Christmassy.
Yeah,
it feels Christmassy, and you're ice skating all the time, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's interesting to have that experience. Like that's why I like playing Skyrim in the winter because a lot of it's snowy and there's mountains and stuff. I do like to have some correspondence with what I'm playing and what the weather's like in real life.
Yeah,
it'll be a cool day when they can incorporate, like in Minecraft, your weather with the season you're in real life with the game you're playing.
Well, they do that in FIFA.
Yeah,
really?
they do.
They do.
There you go. This EA has once again done what I wanted them to do. Oh wait.
And I think they do that in Forza as well. I think.
Yeah, what we should also mention, apart from the gameplay mechanics that change constantly, the environments are great as well.
Yeah.
Every level is so different to every other level.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just brilliant. I mean, there's few other things I can say about this game apart from how good it is.
It's brilliant.
Did you like this, Stu? I didn't realize.
Yeah, you know.
3-3 kill face in the chat says that the little girl looks like she's 80 years old.
Yeah, well, that's actually the
old.
mum. That's the mum.
No, I think he means the little girl in the game.
Oh, right. The actual little girl doesn't look 80, I suppose. Mm. But anyway, it's a great game. Play it. If you've got kids, play it with your kids because they'll love this game. And it's got.
Look how Stu takes over my game of the year. Like, not my game of the
He
year.
takes over every
discussion
of a game
said
that he
it.
played
He just said
and
it.
liked.
Did you hear him, Duke? He just said Stu takes over his game of the year.
I don't know if it's my game.
I also noticed that you dodged the actual point he was trying to make in order to leap on what he
it's good. Anyway, brilliant.
Yeah, heaven help you talking about a game that Stu loves because it'll become his discussion.
Oh, I just love this game. Anyway, Chinny, that's you done on this. So Duke,
back
what else
to me.
have you been up to?
I've been playing Rocket League. Woo, Rocket League. Minecraft, Fallout 4. I made a little rainbow dome in Minecraft. That was cool. I went back to Fallout 4. I don't know why exactly. Something about doing Sudoku made me want to play Fallout 4. I wish I could explain it. But anyway, yeah, jump back into that. Awesome game. Love it. I just tracked down the dude who took my kid again. But the big news this week is, like Chinny, I finished a game. I guess we already talked about it, so I don't need to play the sound clip, but I can't help myself because I like to play sound clips.
Let's play. Guess the game that Chinny's played and finished this week.
Borderlands 3. Now, you're never really done with Borderlands 3 because when you finish the game, you unlock this chaos or mayhem mode, which is basically, I mean, look, this goes back to Super Mario Brothers, right? What happens when you beat Super Mario Brothers 1?
Back to the start.
Yeah, is it the exact same game?
There's like I forgot what's different about it.
It's a little more difficult. It's got different enemies in some spots. It's just a more, a harder challenge. Well, that's what a lot of games do now, especially in Borderlands, because they don't. I don't know. I don't want to speculate why they did it, but the point is that they have this mayhem mode. I don't know exactly. I guess you do the game all over again, but it's got more aggressive enemies, better loot, whatever. You basically want to keep. I mean, if it's a loot-based game, they want you to keep hunting for loot. So, but after 70 million hours, actually, I don't know how many hours I finally put into Borderlands 3. Let me look and see. It was enough hours, so I didn't need to keep playing. I uninstalled it as soon as I finished it. It took me a total of 30 hours. How about that? And I did about half the side missions, so that's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
I made some good speed through it.
Can I ask a question? Have either of you done New Game Plus in a game ever?
Not really.
I've played games twice, but not New Game Plus now.
Yeah,
no, I don't think I've ever done it. I'm done. I'm done.
I was tempted to play Spider-Man on the PS4 again. New Game Plus. But I feel like the fun is unlocking the abilities, though, isn't it? Like that's the fun. He's like,
yeah, and once you get, I mean, to the end of the game, you probably have. Now, to be fair, Borderlands 3, you could play with a different character who had different abilities, and each character, I mean, the one I played at least, had 3 different skill. Like, there's a skill tree with 3 different parts to it, and I basically mained one of those parts, so I could unlock different abilities if I play this game again. But yeah, it remained fun till the end.
Go on.
It was, the last boss fight. Oh my God, this one you're looking at on the screen. It did my head in. I'll be honest. I had to do it like 4 times because it's rock hard, and it's weird. I guess it doesn't. I don't know. I felt like there were certain bosses. I could be wrong about this, but it felt like there were certain bosses where if you died in the middle of it, you'd run back to it, and it would still be at half health or whatever. You know what I mean? But this guy, no. He was full health every time you went back into the fight. And it may be that's where the respawn thing is. You know, in Borderlands, you get reconstituted with the little machine, whatever.
Yeah. Do you feel like this would be easier with 3 other people, though?
I don't know, because they probably ramp up the difficulty if you have more people with you. You know what I mean? So it might be. But, part of it, too, is that it does that thing, which I really don't like in boss fights, but I guess it's part of... It's the way the world is. I shouldn't be too mad about it, but it does annoy me. At one point, like, you get him on the screen I'm looking at, he collapses, or she, it's hard to tell what it is. It's one of the evil humans that merges with some beast, whatever. Anyway, they collapse, and you have to climb it and then shoot it in the neck or whatever from up above, which is, I mean, it's fine, but the climbing, this isn't a climbing game. The climbing mechanics aren't very clear, and especially on this monster, how do you know where you're grabbing onto, right? So it became tricky to like get down and reach that spot where you have to, I suppose you could fire a grenade or something in there, but it's just, I don't know. It was kind of annoying to have to do that over and over, especially when I'm like almost dead and like, there's things flying around. And one thing I realized though is that the things flying around, you don't want to take them all out as soon as they appear. Why not? I hear you asking.
Because
in Borderlands, you don't die instantly, right? You go down, and then it says fight for your life. Remember that?
Yeah.
So you need to get a kill in order to get your second wind. Well, you're not going to kill the boss, but if you have one of these little flying things nearby, you can take that out. Second wind, you're back on your feet.
Boosh.
So that's one reason why it might be easier with other people, is because they can revive you and you can revive them. Yeah. So it's not just, you don't get second win, you're done. And when it comes time for someone to climb the person, like they might be closer to the spot where you climb up or whatever. But nevertheless, I beat it, and it felt really good to finish the game, because I haven't beaten a Borderlands game since the first one. I never finished 2. I never finished the pre-sequel.
Yeah, so. I know. I only finished the first one, yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. It's a really good game. It's well made. The characters are interesting, and they build on the characters that happen, that came into the games before. So that's good. And at the end of the game, like they show this like, there's something happening in the sky. I don't want to spoil it too much, but everybody on the different parts of the worlds nearby are watching this thing, and so you see different characters that you've interacted with and kind of gotten to know. Watching this event take place, and that's pretty cool. I kind of felt a kinship with some of the characters, which is rare in a game like this. I don't have any kinship with anybody in Destiny 2, for instance, but we got to know some of the characters in Borderlands 3, and I like them. So I can see myself going back for 4.
If they make a 4,
make a 4.
Mm-hmm. And there's DLC. If I ever get the hankering, I could just get some of the DLC.
Hankering for the DLCs.
On one of the Steam sales, maybe. I'm not going to do it this time, but put it into the isthereanydeal.com. If people don't know about that game or that website, if you play games on the PC, go to isthereanydeal.com, and you can put in the name of a game, and it'll track it for you. And then I think you can have it send you email alerts, but I just go to it once in a while, and it'll be like, hey, I did it for Borderlands 3. I was like, hey, when's this game? What's the best deal on this game right now? And it searches like 100 different sites. So yeah, Borderlands 3, thumbs up.
I'm watching this boss fight. It looks a bit boring.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they did a lot of things to make it not boring, but I mean, I don't really care about that, to be honest. I just want to shoot the thing till it's dead. That's how you do every other enemy in the game. So to have this, I don't know, the idea of like you have to kill a boss in these very convoluted ways where you only can hit it in certain places, and you have to keep, dodging this when it turns into a sun or whatever, and it's sending the pink shards out at you. I'm just like, whatever. Let me just shoot it till it's dead. But I guess they want you to have that feeling of accomplishment when you do it. So I did.
Did you have that feeling?
Yep, I did. It felt
Very
pretty
good. Very
It
good.
wasn't as satisfying as when I built a train in Factorio, but we don't need to get into that again.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that again.
I do.
Just saying.
Right. Trite says, I think you guys should review a retro game, next gen, the same genre, to discuss how gaming has evolved. We used to do a retro game review.
We did long time ago. Long time ago.
Do that again.
Well,
Suggest a game, Trite. Sorry, go ahead, Stu.
I'm going to talk about a retro game now because it came out in 2018. 2018. This game, retro.
It's vintage.
It's not even vintage really, but yes, I finally got around to playing Hades, which I bought on Switch when it was on sale.
Speaking of games that people love.
Oh, I know. And I played it on Switch for probably about half an hour, I think.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know whether I like this. I don't think it's my type of game. And then it came on Game Pass. And I was like, I should play that because everyone bangs on about it. It's like how brilliant it is. And it's one of the best games ever made. It's everyone's game of the year. And they go on and on and on and play the game. It's amazing. So I thought I'd play it. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've been playing, I started playing it, and then I got a bit hooked, and then I'm playing it again, and then I get killed.
How does it hook you? What's the hook?
The hook with this game, which is very clever. It's very clever. It's basically a roguelike dungeon crawler.
Right.
Where you obviously level up. So you can level up. Unlike most dungeon crawlers, you can actually level up in between levels. And when I say in between levels, it kind of runs. Every time you get killed, obviously, you go back to the start again. And
see, does that not drive you nuts, though? I mean, when I die in a game...
Well, I thought it would. I'll be honest with you, I thought it would. But the design is very clever. Yeah, so there's quite a few things you get. You get coins. You get like power-ups. You get keys to unlock better weapons. And you get sort of like gems that allow you to... upgrade your character, if you will.
Okay.
So you're playing basically the son of Hades. I can't remember what his name is now. The Prince.
Hades Jr.
It's Hades Jr. The Prince. And basically you're trying to escape from the underworld. Right. So your prime goal in this game is to get to Mount Olympus. So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to escape Hades and get the fuck out of there. And what happens is all the other gods help you. So like Zeus comes along, Achilles will help you. So they'll give you like power-ups or boons, they're called in the game.
That guy's such a heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Achilles?
I see what you did. The biggest difference is the room designs aren't that varied. They're slightly different.
It looks kind of like a very basic Diablo 3. Like I'm trying to understand why it's different.
Kind of, but it's not. It's a hack and slash, so it's nothing like Diablo.
That's what Diablo 3 is.
Well, kind of. It's not like Diablo though. It isn't really. Because with Diablo, it's all persistent. With this, it's kind of you get to the end.
I know, I get that. I'm just talking about the way the dungeon looks and how you move around.
And then all the dungeons are randomized as well. So each dungeon will give you a different power up.
Okay.
So it'll give you a different power up. And like there's like two of these types of level that you see now where there's two really hard dudes and they're like mini bosses.
Okay.
And then you get another mini boss which is like a big gemstone boss thing. So you had to get these, depending on which path you take, you had to get these two or this gemstone boss. And then once you've killed these two, you do a few more rooms and then you get to the first big boss, which is one of the Furies or something in Greek mythology. And she fucking, the first time I got to her, she kicked my ass. I mean,
and so when you get to her, you go back to the beginning of the whole game.
Straight back to the beginning. It's not that many. It's probably about 7 or 8 rooms. So it's not, it's not a huge.
And are they easy to clear once you get sent?
Once you start level, you see, this is where I got a bit sort of bored of it the first time I played it for the first half an hour. You get killed.
Dreadfully boring.
You get killed a lot. Yeah. But then as you get further into the game, there are some persistent stuff that you can get, like, and I know it doesn't sound a lot, but you get 1 health back each time you go into a new room, and then every time you level that up, you get an extra one, so you get 2 health every time you go into another room.
So eventually, clearing a room will get you to full health.
Well, that'll take a long time. because you start with 50 health, and that is it. And as far as I can tell, up to now, there isn't a persistent level up of health, but you get.
But you're also presumably learning about
ones.
the how the enemies work, so you're taking
Correct.
less damage doing
Correct.
it over and over again.
And you get
But
you get
still
more
having
powerful.
to do it over and over again.
You get more powerful. So each deity or god like Zeus or whatever will give you power ups.
Yeah,
now
it seems
sometimes
like the type. I mean, I've had students explain this to me, and I'm like, I just still don't really understand how it doesn't become boring. But everybody swears that it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Everybody swears that it doesn't. My point is that I will have to go on faith, and I hate playing a game based on faith because I've played a lot of games based on faith that did not work out for me. So
I think the biggest thing that keeps you hooked is you notice every time you get killed and you go back through again, you know you're a little bit harder because the early rooms you just clear them out so fast.
Right. That makes
sense. And it's not until you get to the slightly more difficult enemies that it starts to get a bit more challenging. Whereas at the beginning, you're getting like loads of health taken off in those early rooms, and you notice the difference. And the other great bit is just story. The voice acting is absolutely top notch. The story's cool.
This was made by the man who made Bastion.
Bastion, it is, yeah. And Pyre, was it Pyre? And
but also Transistor is the
Transistor was the other one.
I heard Pyre was kind of hit and miss,
but but I feel like this is what they've been working towards. This is where they perfected all that other stuff they've done. But it is good. I'm hooked. I didn't think I would be. And this is the funny thing, right? So I did all that stuff and I eventually beat the first boss, right, which is this Fury woman, and I killed her. And I had about 10 health left, so it was tough. I mean, it took me probably the third try or fourth try before I managed to actually kill her. And I came out and I got to the second tier of like getting to the surface, getting to Olympus. And I didn't realize you could step off the platform and walked into the lava. And I never started the second. So then it took me right back to the beginning again. So I was like, bastard. And she, because you've killed her.
Bastion. Is that what you said?
Bastion. Because you've killed her, she appears in Hades, and you go and talk to her, and she's like, I will kill you next time. She is not happy. But yeah, I love it. It's really good. Chinny, you should definitely play this. I think you should play it. Because it's on Game Pass. It's free. Duke will not pay for it.
So there's lots of games on Game Pass. Doesn't mean
I know, but this is definitely worth your time. I think you'll like.
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Right.
I know this is good.
The question is not even these days is it worth your money because games are so cheap, but is it worth your time? Because my time is not cheap.
Definitely worth your time. All right. I think it's pretty impressive actually. I didn't think I would like this. This is not my normal type of game. Yeah. But even me, who's a bit crap at these types of game, I'm kind of doing all right. You know what I mean? I'm getting the hang of it. And I'm feeling badass. I mean, when you start chaining combos together and stuff, and you've got lightning flying out your sword. The only thing I would say is it gives you a lot of choice of weapons. So you start off with a sword, then a bow and arrow, then there's like a spear, and there's a thing that looks like a fist next, but I haven't got enough keys to unlock that yet. But I find myself just going back to the sword every time. I just think the sword kind of works better. And you got a magic spell thing, by the way. And that
if you gotta bang some nails in, why are you getting fancy with stuff? Just grab a hammer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm liking the sword. I just find the sword
go for it.
Just works better. It just works.
It's funny because it's funny you say that because like a lot of MMOs that I play, like you can be a sorcerer, you could be a frog ninja, you could be there. I'm like, I just want to do with a sword. Like, just make me a human with a sword. I just want to,
So yeah, stick to the sword, man. I've the other stuff so far I've not been there. And there's like a shield that you throw, like a throwing shield. But it feels like the more sophisticated the weapons get, or the more ranged weapons just don't feel as much fun to use somehow. It was like stabbing everyone in the face. I don't know. But it's good. Give it a go. Chinny, no excuse. It's free for you.
Time. Time is my
time is an excuse.
What time? Tell me what time.
But yes, I'm definitely going to try and get this finished this week. But 21 hours, by the way, I've just had a look. 21 hours is the average play time for this game. And there are 118 replays or something like that is, or run throughs. So yeah, it takes a long time to get through it. You got to do a lot of leveling up. Yeah, Chinny, what about you?
Yes, so I finished Mafia.
Yes. What did you think?
That game is good.
Fucking good, isn't it?
I like that game.
The ending is just typical Mafia ending to a game.
Well, did you remember the ending for Mafia?
Yeah, I remember the ending.
So I'm going to spoil Mafia.
Are you going to spoil it? Oh my god.
Oh my god, we need a spoiler warning, people.
Warning, warning, warning.
It's only been out for 17 years.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
So the ending of Mafia is
It's not exactly a shocker ending, is it? It's kind of a very stereotypical ending to a Mafia film or game story.
So Mafia, the ending of Mafia, you play as Tommy, who is a dude, a cab driver turned Mafia man, and the two guys that you sort of
he gets into it by accident. You got two guys. One's a little bit more flaky than the other. The other one is a little bit more reliable. One's reliable. One's flaky. Basically, if you used to describe them very quickly, and pretty much you find out that the reliable one, and the Don being the boss, are sort of getting a bit closer to each other. Okay. Leaving you out of things, setting you up for things. Well, they kind of know what you're up to. They kind of know. So what happens is, like, one of the rules for this particular family and earlier Mafia families. I don't know if this is true, but this is from what I know from The Godfather and so on. Is that they don't deal in drugs. So they deal with whiskey and gambling and all sorts of stuff, but no drugs. Drugs is too complicated. It's too messy. So everybody goes, yeah, no worries. And then they sort of do a job, and it's a drug job, and they wasn't told, and the Don sort of knew about it and so on. And this reliable guy knew about it. So you're being left out a little bit. So you and this flaky guy, the flaky guy is like, I just want one big hit. And then we're out. So he goes, I know we can rob a bank. So he robs this bank. It goes well. And then the next day, the Don finds out and kills the flaky guy. It says, like, you shouldn't have done that. Because you did it on the side without letting him know. But he said he was going to cut him in, but anyway, don't mind. Yeah, so then you basically have a mark on your head, and the whole game, and all the Mafia games do this. I think all the Mafia games do this. Well, the first one and the third one definitely do this. Is they have a documentary style, or not a documentary style, but like, I think it's the third one that has a documentary style. But the first one has this other narrative going on where you're in the future being interviewed by I don't know if it's a journalist or an FBI guy or something. And it's like, well, let me tell you about the time I fucking met the guys, and it's that kind of stuff. And then it flashes back, and then you play the flashbacks. Yeah, he's in a diner, isn't he? In a diner. So, like, now you find out why he's in the diner telling this guy everything. Is because, I think, no, he wants, what do you call it? Witness protection. That's what he wants. He wants out, man. He wants out. He's going to spill his guts. He's got a mark on his head. And then at the very, very end of the game, they added a few scenes in. Like his daughter getting married and stuff. I don't think that was in the original. Oh, was that not in the original? Because obviously I've never played the original. But what they add, what happens at the very, very end of the first Mafia game, which I knew about, was you're an old man, you're on the lawn of your house, and two guys come out of nowhere and say, "Hey, this is from Don Muriel," or whatever his name is, and you get shot on your front lawn and you die. Now the interesting thing is that in number 2, you are the guy that shoots the old man. I never knew that. So about 2/3 into the game, right? He's like I can't remember the mission very well, but basically you just have to drive to this guy and shoot him on his front garden. Oh my God, is that mission in Mafia 2? Yes. Wow, I never even knew that. Yes, that's intense. It's a long time since I played that game, to be fair. So that's cool. That is very cool. So this scene has been recreated, I think, about 4 times. So the very first Mafia game, it features this scene on the front lawn. Let me get it up on the YouTubes. Yeah, that's so cool. Do that.
Mafia, Tommy, Death.
God, I never even knew this.
Right. So I'll get it up.
That's so cool.
So it's very cool.
Good
But
catch.
this scene's been like recreated so many times now. But so, yeah, so it gets recreated for the first one, then the remake, then it's in the original 2, Mafia 2, then the remake of 2, and then the. So you remember Joe in Mafia 2? He's quite a memorable character.
It's been so long since I've
So
seen
in
that.
Mafia 2, you have a sort of partner in crime. His name's Joe. He's kind of overweight. He wears Hawaiian shirts. He's a bit of
yeah, I vaguely
bit of a
remember
character.
him.
So he's the sidekick to the Don in 3.
Okay.
Okay.
And also
God.
Vito, who's the main character in 2. Vito is the guy who Vito and Joe are the two guys that come to kill the old man in 1. Vito is in 3 as a side character. And
So
Joe,
who's the one who gets killed at the end of 2? Because he drive off with him in the back of the car, don't they?
I can't remember. I think it might be
Because there
Don.
is, I can't remember. But there is one, isn't there? And they're like, yeah, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And then they drive off. And
I'll tell you soon because I'll be playing Mafia 2 soon. Don't worry. Yeah. So then I started to. So I'm playing the scene out now. You'll be able to watch it, but
So which one is this from? Is this the Mafia remake?
Surely you can tell it's from.
Yeah,
the
this
game
is
in
the original.
Yeah.
Original Mafia game.
The original Mafia game. So it looks a little bit ropey, but you actually drive the same car as well. In the
Interesting.
So everything's sort of linked. So the great thing about the Mafia games is they all have a thread.
That is so funny, isn't it? Look at it.
Yeah. I know it's pretty basic these days, but
when it came out, we were like, dude, look at those graphics.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So what I started to do after I played this game was started to sort of think like, okay, how close were they to the original Mafia game? So how much was changed and how much was, added and whatever. So I looked at like some of the gameplay of the old game, and they changed quite a lot without pissing anybody off, which is very difficult to do.
Interesting.
So yeah, now you see in the Mafia 2 version, so the graphics are slightly better here, and obviously you got the right character models this time, so those are actually the characters that you see. And then we see.
And you're doing this though this time, aren't you? You're actually doing.
Well, it's a cutscene that plays there, but
it is still a cutscene.
You drive there, yeah. And I think your characters had no context for sort of like.
No, they're just told to go and do it.
Just go to this guy and just shoot him.
Yeah, this is a job we need you to sort out. Just go and do it.
Yeah. So in the original first Mafia game, he's just writing a letter in jail, and then he's an old man. But you see like the daughter's wedding and everything. So yeah, and there you go. So it's the same scene.
This is definitely the best looking one. Gotta say.
Well, this is Mafia Definitive Edition. So anyway, I started to look into what changes have they made. So if you hear some of the voice acting in the first one, it's terrible. It's really, really bad. So Duke, I was wondering if you could just maybe type in original Mafia 1 cutscenes or something like that, and then sort of skip around, see if you can find some talking, because it's awful. And it'd be very, very fun to sort of listen to, I think. 2002, the original game.
Paulie, take it easy. Nobody's killing anybody, get it?
Ow.
I want you to teach them a lesson. Break every bone in their bodies and leave them laying in a pool of their own blood.
That's not terrible, but I mean,
some of it was a little bit wooden.
I don't know, it's pretty ropey.
Little bit wooden.
It's pretty ropey. And
let's try another scene.
It's me, Paulie. Come on, we're going home.
Oh, we're going to the doctor. I ain't feeling so good. Must be coming down or something.
God damn, the mixing is terrible.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
See if you can find one more just to see if we can have a
Okay, I will find one more just to see if we can.
Yeah, he's okay. Yes, boss. Be careful.
They're in a burning building. Yes, boss. Be careful. Yeah, they're outside the building.
I have to say, you got balls, Tommy. You saved my ass.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like
It's
they're in
not
the moment.
it's not very natural, is
No.
it?
Yeah.
So the acting in the definitive edition is fantastic, and what I found out was all the character models look like the actors, so that's interesting.
Oh, that's cool as well.
All the acting is pretty top notch. Like the guy who plays the Don is really well done. Like he's a really good actor. And the guy who plays Tommy does a great job, and yeah, I think it's really good. Then, so there's what they do. All the missions are kind of there, right? There are some side missions in the original that aren't in the definitive edition, but most of the missions are there. So the ones where you go on the car park, Stu, the ones where you do the race, it's all sort of there. But every cutscene is basically done, like redone. Like absolutely from scratch.
The amount of work that must have gone into this,
like so they've remodeled all the actors, done all the voice work, basically directed new cutscenes, and then took out some stuff. And there's a few different things where, like, instead of meeting a guy, you get told about it in a different way. There's one mission where you have to you were with a safe breaker. Remember that, Stu?
Yeah.
And he doesn't speak English. He's from Italy, or Sicily or whatever. I don't know. But he doesn't.
Yeah, you got to sneak around that big house.
But he doesn't speak English, and you have this. No, there's no real reason for why he doesn't speak English. He just doesn't speak English, and you have this kind of funny problem where you can't talk to him. In the original game, that's just some bloke, right? That speaks English, right? So they've added like weird things like that. And then there's one scene that's really interesting. All right, and I'll shut up about Mafia after this, I promise.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a great game.
So there's a enemy Don. Remember him?
Yes.
There's a Don from the other family who's horrible. Like, I mean, they're all horrible people, but this guy's vicious, right? So this guy, your introduction to him is an innocent bystander is sitting in his car at a red light. This Don crashes into the back of this innocent bystander, and the Don comes out and says, "Why did you crash into my car?" And the guy's like, "Well, you kind of crashed into me." And he's like, "What the fuck you saying? You fucking saying I'm stupid?" And the Don beats the shit out of this guy in the middle of the street in broad daylight. In the original Mafia game, the stupid guy, like the normal guy, crashes into the Don, right? And the Don beats him up and kills him in the street. So they've changed the fact that it was the Don who crashed into him in the newer one, which makes the Don even worse.
More vicious.
Right? So like they've added these little tiny things where you go, oh my God, that guy is like double horrible because he was the one that made a mistake.
He crashed in.
It's like, so back in the original game, it's just dangerous to crash into the Don. Any idiot could tell you that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But in this game, the remake, it's dangerous to be around him. Like not even like, you know, just to be in a different car near him is dangerous. So I thought that it's just a nice example of how they've took all the beats of the story and basically just made a great game and done the first game absolute justice. Is it like perfect gameplay? Is it like perfect third-person open world game? Not really by any means. It's a little bit simple, I suppose. It's a little bit stripped back from what we're used to these days. But that for me is quite a pleasant surprise. And some of the missions can be a little bit annoying and quite difficult because you get sort of cornered, but it's not that bad. And it's quite exciting as well because it's quite difficult. So you do
It's a good story though. It's good. It's like a good movie.
It's a simple little Mafia story, and it's well told. Looks great, beautiful. You know,
well
good
acted.
acting. What can you say? So I cannot, and I was just hyped for Mafia 2. I was like, I cannot wait to play Mafia 2 now. So it's done its job. We're talking about Mafia 1 in 2021. So you know it's done.
Mind you, it came out. When did this come out? 2019.
2020, I think. This.
Oh, was it 2020?
This. So yeah, I think the definitive edition.
Love this game though.
So,
such a good game.
Brilliant game.
I knew you'd like it. I knew you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. So
it's such a great game.
That's Mafia.
That is Mafia.
Mafia.
Do you have anything else you want to mention, or are you done?
Not really. I played another game called Staxel, but I'll talk about that next week because I don't think I'll have a lot of time for games between now and then. So on Sunday, this coming Sunday, I'll talk about Staxel. Stay tuned.
Staxel. Yeah, the only other quick thing I'm going to talk about is I played some more Walkabout mini golf.
Oh yeah.
But they've added 2 more courses. So like this game is cheap to begin with. I think it's about 15 quid. Is it, Chinny, or something like that? It's not a huge amount of money. To even begin with.
Well, I think it was about 15, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 15 quid. And you get a lot of courses because you get, I think it's 8 now included with game 8 or 9. And they both have an alternative course as well. So you kind of get in 18 because you get a nighttime version.
There you go.
Which is more difficult and different. All the holes are slightly different to make it more difficult. So you get all that. And then they added another new one, which was like a sort of one with loads of windmills and stuff like Denmark for free. So they just added a whole new course for nothing. And now they've done the first DLC. So they're charging for this. So this is the first time they're charging for anything they've added. So this is the first of these, which is called the Babylon course.
Right.
Or Gardens of Babylon. And it's £2.50, so they're not charging a whole lot of cash for these things. I mean, you're talking a Starbucks coffee for another 2 courses in essence, because obviously each course has a day and a night one. Mm-hmm. So they had this one, and they've also added I can't remember what the other one is. It's like it's a proper cool looking. Everything's like in the air. I can't remember what the other one is. So they've added 2 new courses. Well, I bought the one that you're looking at now, so I bought the Babylon course because I think these developers deserve it. I very rarely buy DLC, but they give you so much in the base game, and then added another course for free anyway. I felt like I need to support and buy the new one because it's so good. And it's a really good course, by the way. These guys really think about the holes and how they design. Yeah, the holes, baby. And how they design them. And what's really great about this game is you don't need a lot of room to play it. You know, where a lot of times with VR games,
that's the trick.
You don't need any room. You just press a trigger and you're ready to take your next shot.
Mm-hmm.
It really is that simple. I can't recommend this game. This and Darts are for me 2 of the best games on the Quest at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they're both realistic. They both work brilliantly well. The physics in both of them are excellent to real life. And they're almost like the perfect type of game for VR. Mm-hmm. Because it's just so fucking good. I cannot, honestly, if you get any game, if you've got a Quest at Christmas, any 2 games, get this, which is Walkabout Mini Golf, and get Forever Darts. And 11 Table Tennis, which is also superb. There's a lot of great sporty type games on the Quest that aren't really sports, but you know what I mean? Those type of games that just work brilliantly. But yeah, Chinny, we'll have to play some more mini golf. And also some darts, so we'll get some stuff on. We'll figure some stuff out. I'm off for bank holiday Monday next week, so if you're around at that point, I'll be
sure I can
arrange
it.
But if not tomorrow afternoon, we'll sort something out then.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Totally gotta play these games. Get them bought. Right, we have got an email.
I got 2 games left.
Oh God, we got more to go.
God damn, Chinny plays nothing for years, and then he's back with a vengeance. He's trying to shut us up. Who doesn't play games now, motherfuckers?
What the fuck is going on? Okay, go on then.
So, let the guessing begin. Go.
Oh God,
yes.
I don't know. I'm assuming you've not played.
Yes.
Have you played either of these games before?
Well, I'm only going to talk about one. Well, I'm only focusing on one right now. Go on.
Okay. Have you played it before?
No.
So it's new to you this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Has Stu played it?
Yes.
Oh.
Have I played it?
Nope.
Is it on Game Pass?
Yes.
Have I finished it? That's a good question.
No.
Oh, okay. Is it Halo?
Nope.
Oh.
Is it Far Cry 6?
Nope.
Is it Lawnmower Simulator?
Bingo, everybody.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh my God, I love this game.
So, I wanted to test. I was downloading something. I think I was downloading because I had the Series X. I was downloading some updates because when you click a game on the Series X, what it does is goes, ooh, you've got a Series X now, so do you want me to download the fucking massive version for you because you can't play the other version?
The massive
I'm like,
version.
no, to be honest, I don't really mind. Well, I'm gonna fucking download it anyway. So damn it.
Yeah, excess optimized.
So while that was downloading, there is a feature on Game Pass which allows you to play games via the cloud, so you don't have to download
gaming.
them. Yes, and you can select quite a lot of games on Game Pass to do this.
Yeah, they seem to be adding more and more every week, by the way.
So I thought, you know what? It's there. I can see it. Let's try Lawn
It's
Mowing
probably worth your time.
Simulator. Because I don't know, like sometimes this kind of game can get me. Sometimes. And I have to say, unfortunately, this time is not one of those times.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Fuck
it's not for everyone.
This game, right? Because I mean, you pick your logo and all this sort of stuff, and then you pick your lawnmower.
Your name as well. For
I don't know. I can't remember.
Don't forget about your name, Chinny.
Yeah, don't forget that. Mine's a cut above. Come on.
Yeah, anybody cares.
So yeah, then like you have to sort of cut the lawn neatly, and it was like
don't run over plants.
I missed the prompt where it said like cut it at this height. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, you've got to get the height right.
And it was like every height I was picking, it was like, you're cutting at the wrong height. I was like, fucking tell me what height it's got to be.
No, to be fair, the other ones are all between 6 and 7 centimeters.
Well, I don't know, just like what?
Which I think is quite high, unless it's 6 and 7 millimeters. That might be more what it is.
No, it says centimeters on the.
Yeah, I know. That's still quite a long. That's a quite long grass.
5 centimeters is like.
Yeah, like, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
That's like.
No, it's not quite that big. Anyway, no, 5 centimeters is about that. It's about
I've got. You know what? I've got a ruler.
Get a ruler.
This is very good radio.
Shut up. We're working out
everybody's time.
How big 5 centimeters is.
It's like that.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I don't know. It's quite long grass.
That's quite long. Who wants the grass left that long?
Anyway. Who's going round the fucking lawn going?
The people who can afford to pay for this.
Now, can I just check, Chinny? Did you do your ground inspection first? Because you got to do that. Get that out of the way.
I didn't really get past the tutorial, to be honest with you.
Oh my god! So you didn't even mow the grass at the place.
You didn't give it enough of a chance, Chinny.
Yeah, come on, Chinny, man. You got to get to at least to the first proper garden.
So like, I was going around the perimeter, and I was like, okay, I'll try and do this neat. And then I got so bored. And I was
to be fair, I'll be honest. That the tutorials a bit
fucking dare.
Bit shit though, man. Because
you dare
because when you actually get to your first garden, it's a hell of a lot more fun than
you just said it. You just said what I thought you would say.
Mowing
didn't give it enough of a chance.
Bare piece of grass with nothing to avoid or anything.
There's a tree and there's like hedges and stuff.
Yeah, but there's not flowers though that you've got to not run over and stuff like that.
I don't think flowers is going
to. You got to hear yourself, Stu. I mean, come on.
I love it though. It's so good. It's just
you can love it and not be mad when other people don't.
So I was like driving around the edge and I was like, fucking hell. So I was like, I wonder if I can make a cock.
Of course you can.
Now you got the spirit.
Of course you can.
And then I
charge extra for that.
Then I switched it off and decided never to play that game again. It was boring. No, it's a no, Stuart.
No, that's fair enough. Look, it's not going to be for everybody.
No,
it isn't.
I have played another game.
Okay.
Damn.
And is this a game you played before?
No.
Oh, this is another whole new game. Have I played this?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's okay.
It's
then.
on Game Pass, I assume.
It is.
Don't
ask me what.
Have I played it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can you say the genre without giving it away?
First-person shooter.
Halo.
Halo.
No.
Oh.
New Call of Duty.
Borderlands.
No.
Played that one.
Didn't come out this year.
Oh, okay.
Prey was recently on the Epic Game Store, so I'll get
No.
I've played that already.
I've played that already. Didn't like it.
Didn't like
Speaking of which, what's today's? They're doing a game every day during Christmas time on Epic. So
yeah, and they just keep chucking £10 notes at you, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. Go for it. Tell us. We don't know.
2017.
Give us how many? 2017. How many words in the title?
2017.
If you include the number at the end,
Sequel?
4.
Yeah. 4 words. So 4.
No idea.
I suppose the third word.
What's the number at the end?
The
Just
third.
what's the number at the end?
The 2.
Okay.
The third word
2.
is 2 words, but it's joined as 1 here.
2. I don't know. What's
Don't know. No idea.
It's a popular franchise.
Okay.
I don't know.
Medal of Honor?
It's one of, you could say it's one of the most popular franchises in the world.
Call of Duty?
In the world.
In the world? Well, Call of
FIFA?
Duty.
No, like, not just gaming.
Football?
No.
No, he's
I don't know.
first-person
What? Tell us,
shooter.
just tell us. Oh, first-person shooter. I don't know. What?
You loved the originals, Duke?
Oh.
The originals?
The originals.
Oh my god.
Section 8? They made a new Section 8?
No.
Oh my god.
You
I don't
loved
know, I
these
give
before I met you, Duke?
Oh, wow. Battlefront.
Correct.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
2.
Wow, this is classic. Okay, I'm curious to know what you... I did play this.
But I'm only playing the campaign, though.
Yeah, okay.
So, because I heard it had a decent campaign, Battlefront 2.
That's what I've heard, too. I didn't play it, but...
Well, it has a female protagonist. There you go, Duke. That's something to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
So I am really... Can I play another game with you?
Okay.
Right. Imagine Episode 6, Star Wars Episode 6, right?
Yeah.
So where are we? Right. Episode 6.
We
Death
start
Star
off
is gone.
Endor? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Darth Vader's dead.
The Jedi's going to return.
Jedi's
Oh, wait, you're talking about
return.
the end of Episode 6.
Yeah. End of Episode 6,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Darth Vader's dead. The Emperor's dead. And he's never going to come back, ever.
And the brief for this, you're making this game, Duke. Is Stu there as well?
Right.
Stu
I'm there.
Sure,
I'm
he's
there.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're both making this game.
We're going to
you
make a
two.
game,
Yeah.
right?
you're
Yeah,
gonna make a
yeah.
game.
Make a game.
And
Star
it's
Wars,
got to be a
sure.
first-person shooter, and your
Of
character
course.
has got to
Well, you
go
can do third
through
person.
the Star Wars stuff, all the stuff that you
Oh, yeah,
expect
of
from a Star Wars game.
Yeah, just have a character summarize it in like 2 minutes or 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. You just need some scrolling writing.
So no, but what
Yeah,
do
you
you
can do that.
expect some of the levels are?
Oh, going through a space
And what-
base station.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What do you
thing.
expect some of the levels are? And just a bit of a heads up.
One like in like a jungle or something.
Yes, correct. So
One on like an ice
Frozen,
planet.
maybe Hoth. You could do
Frozen
Hoth.
ice planet.
tick,
Space station.
tick.
Yeah.
Spaceship.
That makes sense.
No, it's not
Right.
just a
A
first
desert
person.
planet, maybe
It's
at
not
some
just
point.
a
Desert.
first-person shooter. So what kind of spaceships
Flying
would you
around in
fly?
spaceships.
What kind of
Yeah, yeah.
spaceships?
X-Wing, TIE fighter.
Yeah,
TIE fighter, Y-wing.
Yeah.
Now think of iconic characters and spaceships.
Yoda.
Yoda.
You
yeah.
come across
no,
Yoda.
Yoda.
He's dead. Don't forget.
Han
Oh,
Solo.
right. Yoda's dead. Never mind.
Yeah, you come across Han Solo. Yeah.
Okay.
Han Solo.
Millennium
Luke
Falcon.
Skywalker.
Millennium Falcon,
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
Darth
Princess
Vader was
Leia.
dead.
Yeah, you come across
Maybe
Princess
Darth Vader's
Leia.
ship is wandering around.
R2D2.
R2D2 maybe, yeah. He
I
never
don't think
dies.
I haven't seen R2D2 yet.
What?
Okay, so what's the point of this game?
Yeah, what's the
just
point of all
randomly
this?
naming things from Star Wars?
And you come
Is it
across
the whole game is just go through those.
Land-
What you basically saying is we could have
tick,
made
tick,
this
tick,
game.
check.
this
checking
is like
boxes.
the brief for this is like make this game like the Star Wars greatest hits, pretty much, where you go through and you play as these characters also. You play as Luke Skywalker, you play as Lando Calrissian, you play as.
Is that a bad thing though?
No. It's just like really convenient that like Luke was hanging around here at this point, and I'm like, okay. And then this character just is the absolute like glue that holds these characters together.
Well, it might have just been in the area.
And there are some moments though where the game isn't great. There's a few moments where the level design just isn't very good, and I suppose it's very difficult to explain what a bad level design is. So let me see if I can just sort of explain one. But the whole story of the game is like you're like a bad person. You're in the bad squad, right? And you're not like a normal stormtrooper. You're like the elite stormtroopers or something, like mercenaries or something like that. You are on. Is it Endor, the planet with all the bears?
No idea.
Yes, that is Endor.
Endor, yeah.
The moon.
So you are
Or it's a
on that
moon.
planet doing a little mission as the Death Star explodes.
Oh, so you're left stranded. Is
so
that
you're
what's
just
happening here?
like I think literally they say we can do this, guys. We just got to hang in there, and then bam, right? That's interesting. I think that's quite an interesting take on Star Wars. And then
well, the fact you're playing as a baddie is an interesting take.
It depends on how it's done. Sometimes it's done very unsophisticatedly, but it sounds like this is
all right. No, it's all right.
There's a graphic novel series, comic series called Empire, which has actual life stories of people who are in the Empire. You know, just like ordinary rank and file soldiers, which is fascinating to me. Like the real reason someone might join a fascist empire, organization. That's cool.
Well,
it sounds like that's
like
sort
this
of what
character
they're doing
sort of believes that they're doing the right thing. Anyway,
yeah, sure. Fighting terrorism.
Yeah, and you're killing rebels and then there's a moment in the game where you like come across Luke, and Luke's like, he doesn't kill you straight away, and Luke's like, hey, like, why didn't you kill me? And he says, well, you didn't attack me.
Yeah,
and like the character's like,
maybe these terrorists aren't so terrible.
Oh, maybe you guys are not so good. I thought Jedi's were super bad, and you know, like maybe we're not all bad, eh? Zoom, that's the lightsaber, and you know, they start
my wife,
and at first they're like, listen, we'll help you do this because you need a bit of help, but we're not joining your crew. And then obviously they join the crew, and it's a bit cheesy. And all that sort of stuff, but it's pretty good, pretty well acted. And then there's a moment in the game where you basically you swap sides. Do you know what I mean? You go against the Empire and you save the citizens of your home planet instead of saving the VIP, right?
Right.
And that's the moment when it turns around. So then you have to get off the planet. And this mission where you get off the planet, there are stormtroopers, there are ATSTs everywhere, and there's this area where you get bombarded with ATSTs and stormtroopers, and they're infinitely spawning, and there is no easy way to get rid of this ATST without getting to a building and getting to a rocket launcher and then killing it. And it's just a really clumsy layout of a level, and it took forever, and it's like brutally hard. And it just feels like if they'd have just put a rocket launcher here, this would be still challenging, but, you know, better. But they put the rocket launcher in the complete wrong place, which means I had to get to it, which means, you know, because stealth basically just doesn't exist in this game. And it just really bad layout of that level. And there's moments of that throughout the whole game. But there are missions where, like I said, you play as Lando and you're on the fucking planets with the jungles and all the stuff, and you fly the Millennium Falcon, you fly the X-Wing, all the stuff that you want, and all the mechanics are brilliant because this is Battlefront and they know how to do it, and it sounds perfect, and it feels like you're in Star Wars, so it's always going to feel good. So it's not great. It's a nice little buffer. I'm not like, it's not a chore to play at all, and some of the weapons are crap. But, you know, I struggle to find a good weapon. But basically, the basic bitch assault rifle is the one that I stick with, because all the other weapons are just too gank. So, there you go.
It is funny, isn't it? I'm like in Hades, I'm still come back to the sword every time, and you're sticking with a stock weapon as well. I don't know, I'll just give you one weapon that works. That's what I say.
But I mean, just look.
Well, it's good to have choices, but you know, if the main
not even any better.
Just look at this game, though. Wow. I mean, it's a pretty game, even by today's standards. I mean, it's 4 years old, and it still looks brilliant.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Pretty good. And this doesn't have a Series X enhancement or anything like that. This is just the one that came out on the Xbox One. And
vanilla. It's the vanilla game.
and it looks brilliant. I'm really pleased with. It's just a nice little start. It's not as good as the Fallen Order. You know, that Star Wars game. That was like unbelievable.
That is a good game.
But I suspect, I don't know. I mean, I won't say anything about it, but like the burden of the multiplayer is heavy on these games, especially given how glorious they were back in the day, and they just can't compete today. Which is sad because the magic was there.
This game is multiplayer first, isn't it? This game is like designed to be a multiplayer game,
built around the
because the first Battlefront game,
the single player levels are probably just the maps from.
And I got the impression that level that I'm talking about, which I didn't like, was a multiplayer map.
Yeah,
I'm sure. And it feels like they've stitched all these multiplayer maps together and gone, there you go, make a story out of that. Which is fine, because the first remake Battlefront, if you like, didn't have a campaign, and there is a mission in this game which reminded me of the original Battlefront, Eric, where you're playing as Princess Leia. And you've got to kind of like save the people. So there's a number of people that left, how many people you've got left in your crew. And if you don't kill people quick enough, then your numbers will dwindle down. And I was like, that's nice. That's like a little bit different to the usual. But what was I going to say? I forgot. But, you know, pretty much it's like it's a game that it was hard to find the campaign in the menus. That's what I was going to say. The multiplayer is first. There is a co-op campaign as well, but you have to go 3 clicks in to find the campaign on a menu, which is crazy.
It's there, people. Trust us.
It is there. You just gotta look.
Play because if you play the single player, you're not likely to give some microtransactions cash.
That's it. At first, I was like, "Wait, I'm sure this had single player." And then I went into the home, and then I went into like single player, and then I went to like campaign. I was like, "Bloody hell, this is hidden," and campaign was all the way to the right, like I think there's a horde mode, and there's a co-op campaign, and then the single player campaign with all the story, all the voice acting is way to the right. And I was like, wow, this is hidden. Like, this is weird. It's a shame because it's all right. I feel like they could have released this for like, I don't know, £10 or like 15 quid, and it would have been all right. Like it would have been a good little package. But there you go. It doesn't make the money, so
there you go.
That's everything.
Is that everything? Right.
So you always complain.
Tearing Bender.
That I don't play games.
I know we played loads of them. We have got one email this week, so we'll do that.
Oh snap! We got an email, people.
Whoa, that ruled.
Well, the first email this evening is off Jason.
What's up?
He says, "Oh, blasphemous! I can't say I played anything this year that blew my mind. Well, I did buy a sex robot.
I hope that's a joke.
I'm joking. I'd never be able to sleep with the lights out. Scary times ahead. I imagine the VR crowd will love them. Stu will get one to clean the house. Expensive, but he does all right. I was enjoying the Artful Escape on Game Pass. Bit repetitive, though. That game's great. I don't know what you're talking about. I started Lake. Oh, Duke, love this game. I started Lake, which seemed to be a better version of The Good Life. But the best game
it's a shit version of shit.
But the best game I played this year is a sex robot.
Oh, God, Jason, what the fuck? Someday, you know what would be awesome? Is if Jason Gallagher would have sent us an email. It's like, hey, guys, how you doing? I've been playing this,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm having a good time, and I hope everyone has a great Christmas. Thanks. Have a good rest of the year.
The truly best game.
That would be awesome.
The truly best game is...
I pooped on a squirrel, and then the robot came and took my ass.
The truly best game is on sale for $6. It is a difficult one, but that aside, I love it. Amazing art, good voice work. It feels like Castlevania. It copies some aspects from the Souls games. The reason I like it, the enemies and the lore. It's called Blasphemous. Check it out. $6 on consoles this Christmas week. Seriously unique and wonderful enemies and characters in this one. Outstanding game back from the year Boss Wave left us. I miss those wankers. Well, except for Pilchard. I wrote him love songs and he never danced to one of them. Rob, though, the hair of an angel. Like my robots, it's a wonderful life, isn't it, Chris? Rob's herd lives rent-free in all of your minds. Don't lie, Chinny. Anyway, a New Year resolution message from me to all of you. Don't let your work life define you. You are not your job. You're something else entirely, and I'm glad we two have found out. Spend more time this year doing what you love. For some, that may be a blow-up doll. If so, when you finish, get some fresh air. There's a heart outside ready to beat with yours. Probably not attractive, but that doesn't matter with these masks on. Giddy up, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year from me and my new robot. Unless, of course, you're an asshole. She doesn't like assholes. Don't ask. Oh, and her name is Vlados. The Duke.
Okay.
For real, though, I heard someone over at the OC has a robotic Christmas deer. Shake my head, only in California. Tank Top, sing it with me now. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you'll go down in history. Jason. There you go. I actually sang it for him. There you go.
I've just taken drugs.
I feel like I've taken drugs trying to read that thing.
Now, we all understand that the best version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I understand this is not a copyrighted song, Chinny, so we will not be... Yeah, of course.
Rudolph the
In case anybody hasn't ever heard DMX, I just can't.
Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Come on! Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw him, you would even say it close. Come on, come on!
Oh, DMX, may you rest in peace.
Well, brilliant. Thank you, Jason, and we have got one speak pipe, which I have forwarded over to Mr. Piotrowski. Speak pipe! It's the way to leave a message for us.
Lewis! Thanks, Lewis. Here it comes.
Hello, veterans. It's Lewis here.
Hello.
Thought I'd send a speak pipe.
Thank you.
Because I'm, back from uni for Christmas, so...
this is my favorite kind of Christmas gift.
How old is he? God, he's at uni.
He's, I think he's 38, which is older than me.
It's fucking 38 this year, I think. I think you're right.
Chinny got me Factorio, which I really appreciate for Christmas. The Duchess, she made awesome food. I got time, which is really what I always want for Christmas. I got some this year. Not as much as I should get, but whatever. And but I really like hearing from fans and listeners. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lewis. Go ahead.
Thought I'd just say, I hope you all had a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Got plenty of gifts, maybe some games.
Speak pipe. Factorio.
I'm not really sure. Hope everyone's doing all right.
Yes.
Need a bit of advice though. Need a bit of advice, gaming related. Thinking of buying myself some, treat myself for Christmas.
Treat yourself.
And of course, the most anticipated game of this year just came out, Farming Simulator 2022.
I've seen.
Do I buy that or do I get Mafia 1 remastered?
Well, I know what
because that one looks really fun. But farming, I get all the farming simulators obviously, but they're not really changing that much in the farming world every year. I mean, they don't exactly invent new crops every year.
Now with turnips.
It's sort of funny enough, it is sort of the same game every year with a couple of differences. But don't suggest that lawn mowing game.
Oh, lawn mower.
You know he was just about to. I was
not going to.
Oh, bullshit.
Lawn mower simulator is fucking better than farming. Stick it up your ass.
Farming simulator is good. Lawn mowing simulator, I'm not going that far. That's too far. I mean, fair enough if you like it, but not for me. I'm running out of time. Anyway, hope everyone's doing all right. Have a good Christmas. Keep up the good work. I'm about to get cut off, so I'll see you.
There you go.
It's funny. Go ahead, Stu.
Mafia. There you go. Simple answer.
Yeah, I mean, I played one of the farming simulators once upon a time, and it felt exhausting. I was just like, I don't know.
Says the man that played Factorio.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And that's.
I was exhausted just looking at that.
But I think that the implementation of the farming simulator games just wasn't doing it for me for whatever reason. I feel like the mechanics of Factorio work right away. You can tell this is where the box goes. This is where this. I had machines in the farming simulator. I can't hook this up. I don't know why this isn't working. It didn't feel worth the effort, and Factorio does. So that's my take on farming simulators. I think it's 2 out of 3, even if I were to go farming simulator, but I'm not. Now I can't say Mafia thumbs up all the way because I haven't played it, but I will still say Mafia thumbs up all the way.
Yeah. No,
you gotta go. You gotta go farming simulator, Lewis.
Oh,
Chinny the cantankerous malcontent.
Oh, here he is. There you go. That's what we think.
There you go. Yeah.
What we think.
Right.
Thank you. On that note, we need to get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
So I'm gonna just shout out. I'm gonna shout out Armar, friend of the show.
Yeah.
For the suggestions for my playlist on New Year's Eve. I'm gonna also shout out Dan for the same reason, because he sent me some suggestions for the playlist, and also just all the people who responded on Facebook and said they're coming. Let's hope they do. Let's hope they do.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Come on down. You're the next.
Come on down. I'm gonna play some.
That's what we did last New Year's Eve. Was listening to your mix.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you can do it again this year as well.
No, I can't because I'm hosting a party.
Well, you fucking have music on, aren't you? You're just going to be sat there bored. What are you doing?
He wants to have some good music on.
Going to have plenty of good music on. God.
If we had a gathering, I would probably play it. I did one time.
Yes, thank you, Duke. I knew you'd support me. Not like
I think I put on a different mix. Like I put on a mix that you had done. I don't think it was a New Year's Eve. I don't know. Maybe you did. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember when we used to have people in our home.
I know, yeah, that's the thing.
COVID. Come on.
Yeah,
COVID,
you'd support me. Not like that twat Chinny. Anyway, Duke, over to you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who's been joining us today in the chat. Mooncake, aka Greasy Fish Lips, and Trite76, and 2 people came in and spammed a couple of stuff.
Lord. He's been playing the Halo games all the way through, start to finish.
Moo Kill Face, and Mint Safe. Thank you. Duke Rage is the best thing. Shout out to Tainted Brain because he retweeted. I'm doing the audiobook recording finally for Nimbus X.
Excellent.
I'm going to do a launch at some point. I don't know.
I'll listen to it in my car on the way to work then.
Yeah,
I've had a box of books over there for a million years, and I don't know. School is so exhausting this year. People don't get it. So, I mean, whatever. I'll launch it at some point. I figure, I have a little bit of time. If I had 2 weeks, God, it would be so nice to have 2 weeks off.
2 weeks.
But anyway.
Chinny.
So thank you everybody for being here with us. Go ahead, Chinny.
Shout out to Marsh. He's got the COVID, but I think he's free now.
Free to do what he wants any old time.
Lick door handles or whatever he does in his spare time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Damo. You know Damo, Stu.
I know Damo. Damo.
Unfortunately, I think he has to spend Christmas on his Todd just because of COVID reasons as well. So I gave him a ring, but he said it's actually been quite good being on my own, so he didn't mind it too much. Right. And I think he still had turkey dinner or something off his mum, so it's all fine. Shout out to people listening. I hope everybody had a good Christmas.
Yay!
Shout out to Armar. I haven't forgot that I donated my Wii to you, but I still haven't finished.
Oh, okay.
I need to do something with the Wii that I haven't done.
So, okay.
Okay.
That's mysterious, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But there's a game on there that I want to play, basically, that I haven't played. So I won't tell you what it is because they'll spoil it. I think that's it. But Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
This will be
Let's hope 2023 brings us, or 2022, whatever the fuck year it is, brings us some relief from the fascism and the viruses. Let's have something genuinely beautiful and positive happen in 2022, people.
Well, I'm just hoping for no COVID, really.
Positive energy.
Yeah, I'm just
never happening, man. You've got to be realistic.
Yeah.
I want an end to the hospitalizations. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's within reach.
That's within reach, I think.
The virus may be around forever, but we could get past this whole constant death toll.
Let's hope so. Right, on that very
positive vibes, y'all.
Let's be positive.
I cut you off. Did you have anything else, Jenny?
No. Just Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for listening to the show all year.
Yes,
thank you.
Are we doing?
Love you.
Are we, next episode? Is it
next Sunday?
Is it
Sunday's fine with me? Yeah,
it's this Sunday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming Sunday.
Are we talking about games of the years and stuff? Are we?
we should.
I guess.
It'll be the first, won't it?
I guess we should.
Yeah.
Second. Yeah, it'll be
not?
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I don't really have many. Factorio? Did that come out this year?
Factorio.
Whatever you
Thanks for
played.
listening.
Whatever you played.
Yeah, that's my game of the year.
Yeah. So.
Sure.
All right.
Bye,
everyone.
Right.
I can look back in my notebook that I just finished. Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2. Oh, shout out to Jason Gallagher for sending in the speak pipe. Or the,
email.
Lewis for sending the speak
And
pipe, and
Lewis for
Jason
the speak pipe. Yeah, totally. Right, guys, I've got to go. I'm at work tomorrow, so I will speak to you on Sunday.
Yeah, have a good night.
Text me, Stu, if you want to play darts.
I'll text you if I'm around tomorrow afternoon after I get home, and we'll figure something out. Even if we just have a quick game of 501.
I'll make sure it's downloaded then. Yeah.
All right, mate. See you both later.
See you later.
Cheers. If so, then we can turn off.
Duchess is home.
Oh, it's there. That's why. Oh my God. All right, see you.
All right.
Radio. See you later, boys. Bye bye.